When I told you I like a strong woman, I meant literally.
When I said I wanted a strong woman, I wasn't talking about grip strength, but Jesus Christ, she is as strong as the day is long. I tell you that much. I tried the cigar thing on Hillary. It didn't work. It just got sucked right up there. It never came back. I don't know what the fuck's going on between those legs.
Ruined a good cigar.
She fucked me with it.
Cigar. It was a Kennedy original.
No.
That's how I discovered I like sounding.
Isn't there like a whole machine that snips cigars? I'm not a cigar smoker.
There's a little pair of specialty scissors.
I figured out later I could get in her snatch and she could snap that cooter down like no one else could.
She spit it out.
She's actually the basis of that movie, Teeth. Have you heard about like no one else could?
She spit it out.
Dude, imagine being married to Hillary Clinton. That would suck. Especially when, like, even, it's so funny. Everybody's like, Bill is a rapist. He's terrible. And still there are people out there who are like, yeah, but he's like kind of cool, right? but he's cool.
They say that about W.
Yeah, on W. Like,
you said that about
W do wrong.
As far as W going, like, think about
I bet he never personally waterboarded anybody.
We're not
touche.
You gotta see.
Now
Clinton is the guy who did the rape.
Because they wouldn't trust me with the bucket of water. I kept spilling it.
I drink that right down.
No, at the time, there was like a big partisan sort of brouhaha about, water torturing. Torturing was a U.S. like CIA policy.
Yeah, and God knows how many of us that torture saved, Woody. You wouldn't be sitting here today if some random Pakistani had
Isn't that the issue with torture? Everything I've ever read on torture.
We hear that. You start waterboarding me, I'm gonna tell you all kinds of stuff.
It only works if you don't care about true honesty and you only care about the confession. That's when it works.
Bingo. That's all I care about.
It doesn't seem that useful.
No, we probably shouldn't torture.
It makes you feel powerful, though.
I don't know how it works. Like the less like pain. It's okay. Direct pain is not a very good thing for getting accurate truth.
No,
people just tell you fucking whatever to
I
stop.
I feel like if you know they know, it might be. But
I don't know the
right. If I'm trying to get you to tell me where Bin Laden is, right? Okay, let's pretend that he's a place. Then and you don't know, I'll get you to tell me. If you do know, I might get you to tell me. Like, do you see where I'm going with that? If I'm not sure you know, then I'm gonna get information.
That's why I greenlit.
You're gonna get told something to get the pain to stop.
Yes,
that's what you're saying, and you're saying that if it's correct, you might get correct. If it's not, you might get not.
I think that if you know, I'll likely get correct, and if you don't know, I'll likely get something else.
I hate saying this because this is one of these domains. This is one of the domains that I probably don't actually endorse research in, but probably there is a result from it. I bet you there is an answer to that, and I bet you it's not direct pain. Like some of these other deprivation shit seem like you probably can. No, we probably can. We know you can.
That's what we did.
You can break people.
And one of the things we did was
we'd
feed them like no protein. I guess that was no protein, low sleep. That was a way to break people.
But rock music blaring in a room that's incredibly bright, people coming in and jostling you if they think you might have dozed off, and then a little waterboarding a couple times a day.
And like we're like, I feel like everyone is so desensitized to torture because you've seen Saw and shit that they're like waterboarding. Pouring water over your face? Okay, we're fine.
I'm a little thirsty myself. I could use a little right now.
I'm a little parched.
Was it Hitchens who they did that on? Like I watched some like amateur
Hitchens they did it, and Hitchens was like a fucking bitch with it. Like,
well, he was like 2 seconds in. He's like,
he was 2 seconds in. And he was like, this is honestly
horrendous.
Really
I've done it before.
I've been waterboarded or done waterboarding?
I've been waterboarded.
Which side were you on? I like that question.
Well, he was talking to me.
After I got a taste for it.
Get a volunteer.
So, I think you told us before.
It's awful.
It's
awful. It's horrific. You're afraid you're going to die. It feels like drowning. It feels like drowning.
That's what it's meant to feel like.
Your throat is full of water and as soon as you cough some up, there's more to replace it. And you can just barely get these raspy, wet breaths in.
What was that from? What experience did you have that was...
We're making a YouTube video.
Oh, okay.
We decided not to use the footage because, according to Kitty, it was, quote, horrific.
I wonder.
This is horrific. I don't care for it.
I get frustrated when people like bump up their own badassery. But I wonder if a lot of experience in swimming and surfing
Bug on my screen.
would have me react differently to waterboarding.
I think maybe you would. I would guess that you would.
I mean, not.
I think some of these guys, like whoever you're describing, who like 2 seconds in, like was done, like. I think we did like maybe 30, 45 seconds, and I was like, all right, we got the footage, right? Because I hate this. This is the worst thing I've ever done. I'm afraid, and I'm shaking, and I'm wet, and I'm still.
They should have given you an
Yeah.
off-screen snorkel.
Is a guy that quits
Over
3
to the
seconds. If a guy quits 3 seconds in, I worry he's some liberal reporter trying to prove that it's awful.
Yeah, he's that same guy who talks about putting the AR-15 to his shoulder.
I mean,
describes
Hitchens-
it like he was just traumatized.
Hitchens was more left-leaning, but also, like, he was gung-ho about the Iraq War.
I think he's a pussy. I think he's a pussy.
Well, he's dead.
I think, or that. Well,
Was pussy.
point proven. Point proven. Dead
Dude,
pussy.
Only pussies die.
Only
Wait.
pussies die of cancer.
Oh, you said he was dead? I
Couldn't
misheard
even be a
this.
little
Let me tell you what I just
pancreatic
heard. You said I think he's a
Yeah.
pussy, and then I thought Taylor said, well, he's gay. And Kyle goes, point proven.
Oh,
I'm like-
no, he's dead. He's dead.
No, I don't
That
think
could
he
have
was
happened.
gay, but he's
That's a
dead.
reality that could have happened on this show.
No, it's not fun. It's not
I
funny to
don't
make
know.
fun of gay people.
Plus, I don't think
it
they're
can be
pussies.
quite funny.
If anything, having sex with men is tough, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's pussies who fuck women, right?
No,
but,
if you're-
but if you
if
fuck a
you're-
dude,
You guys heard the Trevor Noah skit on pussy being the wrong description of something weak?
oh, 'cause
Yeah,
it can take
of course.
a pounding
Really
and
fucking
such.
hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah, pussies are
you
tough.
should call someone
like-
a testicle if they're vulnerable.
Yeah, he uses me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
Should call them. What's the most vulnerable part of your body?
Your penis.
No, I
Well,
know,
balls.
testicle.
Balls.
Yeah,
Balls.
but the eyeball comes
Your
to mind
neck?
as well.
What
Yeah,
place?
you have,
what
you have
place
this,
if you
see this bone in your body? This is literally there to protect your eyeball.
Oh, I've talked about it before about my hair cutting experience, where I used to think it was funny.
They got right to the vulnerable part of you.
You know how when you lay your head back in that basin,
Yeah.
I used to think it was funny to keep eye contact with the person while they were washing my hair, and that it wasn't even a bit for a show or anything. It was just something that I thought was personally funny. But
Sure.
I like to
What
lay back.
what happened that disillusioned you with that notion?
Oh, I found out it's actually kind of relaxing if I close my eyes and don't stare at the person.
Oh, I
who's
thought
doing
for
it.
sure the guy was
Yeah, I
going to be
thought
like, too much of you staring.
I thought it was gonna be like someone filed a fucking suit on it.
No. But haircutting story aside, I was there recently getting my hair cut, and usually they'll say to me like, "Hey, do you want your beard trimmed? Do you want your eyebrows trimmed?" And I'll tell them, "No, I'll take care of that at home." This time, I was sitting there, and like even as they're cutting my hair now, I keep my eyes closed. The reason at the time was because I was on my last pair of contacts, and I couldn't risk it. But I
Really
was
spent 20%
closing
of my life
closing
with
my
my eyes
eyes,
open.
keeping them closed, and then I feel the woman take it on her own volition and put the little comb through my eyebrows and start trimming them. And I've talked about the progression. Kyle knows, and Woody as well, where they'll ask, "Do you want your eyebrows taken care of?" And I'll say no, because I have a wild eyebrow up here that goes like crazy. And this is the first time that the woman, without asking me, has assumed, these are so treacherous, they must be something he wants taken care of. So she actually trimmed my eyebrows. If they're looking better, let people. The fact that my eyebrows right now are trimmed and they're still this thick, like
Taylor, you don't have to
maybe they're right.
full fucking bullshit story. You just tell us you cut your eyebrows, man. Big deal.
Yeah, Taylor, it's
No one
okay.
here
We don't
judging you.
think you're
No,
lame.
I wouldn't be able to do it with the precision she did, with like the holding the hair out and zooming over it, and then taking a precision razor and getting the top part out.
My eyebrows
So-
suck. You can't see them. I have
I
my
feel-
glasses on, but look,
I feel sexier than ever.
I need some like Photoshop in real life. Like put the other half of my eyebrows in there. You see me rocking mascara on the eyebrows, I'll be 1 point sexier.
If you told me with my glasses like this to identify of the 4 screens where everyone is, I would literally only know because of the background. I can see a little bit of red for Kyle. I know that's his headphones. I can see the color behind Woody. I know that's that like
pull-up
column.
bar.
Yeah, the pull-up bar and everything. I can see that blur. And then if you didn't announce yourself, Filthy, I would have no fucking clue who you were right now.
Yeah,
not a clue.
I do have unfortunately, it's still a small to medium stream, so it does hit me right in the heart.
Yeah,
and
you're just kind of.
You hear his
just kind
voice.
of melted. Like you're just kind of skin color with a little bit of red at the bottom and a lot of green. Like it. There we go. We're back. Down.
Yeah, I took off my glasses to show my eyebrows, and it was like, huh, can't really see them. You know, like
So Kyle, I want to ask a question here because I'm thinking I might get a vasectomy soon.
Don't deprive the world of little filthies.
Shut your
I
fucking
actually,
reader mouth.
It's funny you say that because I have no desire for children. Not a singlest. I don't have a fatherly bone in my body.
People like you get weeded out of the gene pool.
Well,
Literally.
that's my objection. That's the only reason I haven't done it yet.
People like me and Woody are gonna survive.
I got the solution right here.
Problem. I hate the idea of losing that fucking just the stupidest fucking idiot who wants.
We don't lose it. Look, A, free semen. B, donate semen. Then even if you're comfortable with donating and just knowing there's a little you floating out there,
I don't give a shit about that.
Do it. Okay.
I've never donated semen to anyone.
So Filthy, you said
I've donated a number of times. I've never done it for monetary.
You said that you hated being removed from the gene pool. This is one of your motivations for not getting a vasectomy. And then you just said you don't give a shit about having offspring, and that's where I'm lost.
Tier 3 donations
I
left
have no
and right.
interest whatsoever in. I don't want to have a child. I don't want to have a child and raise a child, etc. I do feel some obligation to be like, shit, I'm a relatively intelligent human being. I should fucking put these genes back in for the betterment of humanity.
Do you worry that humanity would get collectively very arrogant if people like that kept going?
No, I think that we can do so much worse than arrogant.
All right.
But what if the kids are very funny?
No, and I hear that. Like, I understand. Like, I'm not literally sitting there going like, fuck, I have to get my genes in the pool, or the fucking species is fucked. But at some level, I feel like I'm skirting a duty on some level.
Idiocracy would happen if you didn't.
Well,
idiocracy is happening.
I'm one
the reason
person
you feel like
I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that on the sense of like the scale is wrong. For that
You think you're gonna outweigh us? We steal organs.
Yeah, right.
The
scale is wrong on that, but at some level, I feel like, okay, am I avoiding a duty? Am I skirting something that I should do?
Yes.
Nope, by considering that.
No,
Yes.
it's a duty like fucking like opening a door for a random person tomorrow. That's about as much impact as
Dude,
your
that's
child's probably gonna have.
Their take on that. It's
Yeah,
literally
keep pulling
the
out.
only
Keep
reason
pulling out,
any
breeder.
of us were here. It's
out
the
breeder.
only reason
Fuck
any
that.
of us are
The
here
only reason any of us are here
is because our parents fucked. Is what I'm saying.
But stop. You're telling me that you believe that your genes, the propagation of your genes somehow define you.
I've always had a suspicion that some of my ancestors were virgins.
It's defined every single species throughout time.
No.
Who reproduces and who doesn't. It literally has. That's evolution.
But you're telling me that, okay, sure, but what you're telling me is that should impact my decision, and I stop with you there. I don't disagree that my genes to have gotten to me have been passed on. I don't disagree with you there whatsoever. Of course, I disagree with that. Yeah, but to then make the next step that I am, because of that, I ought to pass my genes on? Why?
I think you're a smart guy, and your genes should be passed on.
That's a different
But that's
idea.
also subjective.
No-
If you don't feel like your genes are worthy of being passed on, then don't do it.
Well, that's a different. That's really,
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I said a douchey trap. with that
And you said 3 different arguments in the last 3 sentences.
Yep. Maybe you're just not man
And
enough.
that's the hesitation for me. It's like, do I not? Should I not at least on some level, like, you know, like it feels a little selfish to be like, I don't want this for myself. Should I just not do it?
Feels
At
a
the
little.
end of the day, you should do what you think is right for you.
I feel like you'd be doing a bad
Don't
thing
fuck
for
right.
humanity if you were to create more gingers.
look,
Yeah, I
look.
mean,
Here's
He's
it-
not a
here's the
ginger
good
though.
news.
He's a daywalker.
Here's the thing, like ladies who
Is
go
he?
to like, yes, ladies who go to like get sperm for their baby, they often see like a description of who they're getting that sperm from, right? I'd love to have some of your filthy sperm. That's
It's a
some
little
primo
salty,
sperm.
but it's not
All
bad.
right, you've got credentials, is what I'm saying. It's very likely that if you donate, you
What
will.
do they do for that? I don't know this process. So tell me about this process. Do one of you know? Like, what do I do to do this? If I
Just
want to
from
donate
TV.
sperm.
You just go to the place and say, "Hey, I'm here for I'm dropping off." and
If you're a Caucasian male, you can pretty much donate sperm at will because it's very in high demand. Especially, I think the highest in demand sperm on Earth is like Dutch men because they're very tall and
I have a number of
lot
Dutch viewers.
and
I
a
will
huge
mention
number
this
of
tomorrow.
yeah, a huge number of Asian people, like Chinese people, want that sperm, and so it's like a very high demand.
it's $50 a pop, and $20 extra if they use it.
Can I donate that to a charity?
Can I?
Why would you want to fucking do that?
donate
Because
it
I
to
feel like it would be. I don't want to be compensated. I'm not. Again, like I. This is.
It's $1,000 a month, filthy. Are you gonna get moral? Is there gonna be some morality?
$1,000 a month. I'm not even a fucking kid. It's not gonna cost me $1,000 a month to donate sperm.
No,
You're
No,
not-
no, no,
Sperm
no. You're gonna
might
get
say-
paid $1,000 a month.
So the website I'm on says
No,
95% of sperm donations are
I mean,
rejected.
it's simple math.
Dude, I mean, Mongolia is looking.
Spell it out if you want.
Mongolia is looking for big-headed white donors. And so
You're in.
that's what I'm. No, they're not. But that's what I would provide. Do you want to have an enormous head? Then-
So I
then
was just
here you
curious
go.
for the sake of the
In our land,
show.
large
What were your
linebackers.
takes on the idea of a? So what do you're a father?
I am.
You've spoken about in the past and enjoying
We
being
lost
a
you
father.
for a second there. What are your takes on?
Him being a father.
Oh,
But this is the whole. Oh, how do I enjoy being a father?
I'm sorry if I cut out during that. I don't know why I cut out. I said
a Discord
I was.
thing.
It's what's that?
Can I jump in
Discord
before he
thing.
answers?
The software.
Discord thing. You want to like go to your and slide. You want to slide a bar all the way to the left and
I
right.
did slide that last time I was on.
Yeah, shit
Oh,
happens.
you should be good.
Look, you can't ask any father how they feel about being a father and get a straight answer. All right? So no. You could ask me if I was a father, and I'd be like,
That's
Maybe.
how I feel too.
I'm voting for late term abortions, baby. Like I'm thinking in the 87th month, something like that. Because no, the 15th trimester, we're gonna get rid of this little fucker. Like, of course, Woody is proud to be a father and loves being a father because he's genetically predisposed to have those feelings. It's chemicals inside of him that make him love his children.
and even
Sure,
afterwards.
But this is Taylor's argument that I disagree with, right? Taylor says all of us have been here because this happened, therefore we must. But we're more than the sum of the chemicals for that. So Woody could, for example, reflect on that above and beyond the fact that he has chemicals pushing him towards it. He could intellectualize that. He could make a statement about that wasn't just purely the fact that he feels this way. He could intellectualize that. I want to hear that.
All right, so like the reason I always thought I had credibility on this father experience because I've been very honest about having a preference for the kid sex. Before Hope was born, I wanted a boy. Right, that was the thing. I don't know. I didn't have any kids. I didn't know what I was doing, and I wanted a boy. And when I also felt like I was confident it would be a boy. Unwarranted confidence, I'm sure. But it was just like, you know what? I'm a luckier guy than that. I wouldn't have a girl, and that was like. When she was born, it was a surprise. This is so horrible. She's gonna watch. But like it was, I was like, I can't fix this. There's no changing it. There's no, like this is a permanent thing. Then I like, you know.
Welcome to 2019, where that's not true anymore.
Yeah, right. But I was like,
Tell her it's not too late.
it was like you have a car accident, and 18 months later, that's kind of just a history. Who cares, right? You know, like you have a car accident. It feels terrible right now, but that's a problem that's very short term. That changed. Over the course of like the first 2 years of her life, I fell so in love with this daughter of mine that
Okay, that's worrisome. With the falling in love part, because I'm kind of curious why. Why did you fall in love with it?
okay, so I think you're like, hey, this is a chemical thing that's not logical. I'll argue that it's not, and I say that because for the first 6 months, I didn't bond like people supposed to. It worried me that I didn't bond because. She didn't do anything. She didn't say anything. She didn't earn my affection, baby. worthless.
It's like a puppy that doesn't even wag its tail.
Luggage you have to carry everywhere that also leaks, right? That is what a very young kid was like for me.
Never heard that before. That's a pretty good statement.
But when you bring her, when she, say post 6 months and she starts responding to you, I might have my dates wrong, maybe 9, 8 years there. But by 2 years, now we're a team, right? At 2 years in, she likes me. She likes me more than strangers. She responds to me. I put her in a laundry basket, push her around on the carpet.
You have a lot of friends?
Yeah, some friends. Like as you talking about like as a young parent?
I'm poking at you for the fact that why does it matter that she liked you?
Because that's how bonds are formed, right? Like if you didn't like me at all, we probably wouldn't make good friends. But and when she didn't respond to me at all, like I felt like we didn't make good friends. It wasn't until she smiled.
But isn't it about you?
No, it's about us.
Yeah.
But isn't it about you if she's not interesting until she does something with you?
How would you describe any other relationship? Like if a girl gave you the cold shoulder and didn't return any affection.
No, I definitely do agree that wouldn't be something interesting to me. But I'm kind of curious, like.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the reason that I lay
so
this out, I feel like this leads to my credibility on parenthood assessment because I didn't just naturally like, oh, the day she was born, there it was. That's a chemical reaction, not a bond. So I think Kyle wants to be topic. We can switch.
No, I love your topic. I'm just playing with my little dog here. No, please keep going. I want to hear. Yeah, I don't want to switch. I really don't.
Okay.
I'm just playing with my dog.
So anyway, a couple years in, we formed the bond. By the time I was having my next kid, I wasn't sure I wanted a boy. It was like, and I was worried, like, how is this next kid ever going to live up to the bar that the first one set? Mm-hmm. And that was my initial thing to parenthood. As things go on, kind of like I like old relationships more than new ones, like with regards to girls and stuff. Like what Jackie and I have is so deep and old sounds like a negative word, but like solid and formed. It's bedrock. Matured.
Nuanced.
Like there are no secrets there. There's no drawer I mind if she opens. No, like we have the same phone password. Like it's all cool. I checked. One of my fingerprints might be hers. I don't know, but like there's no secrets anywhere. It's all open. It's all like there's a bond there that you don't have with like a new relationship, and I feel like kids get that to be. You get that with kids too. It's no longer about the smiles and whatever. It's sort of a longer this relationship never ends kind of family that we're forming, and I like that we have our own little Team Woodworth against the world sort of thing. That's Hope had a car accident last night. I try not to talk about Hope. She had a minor little fender bender. It was her fault. No one was hurt, but she had a car accident. And it was just like, it's okay, girl. We're gonna get through this. This.
Oh, you forgive her. John Jones makes a little whoopsie, and he's the enemy of the state.
She did not run from the scene or break a pregnant woman's arm or anything like that.
John returned. He had to dispose of his cocaine.
Yeah,
obviously.
Why do you keep painting him in this bad light?
Touche.
He'll poke your eyes out.
But yeah, she had a little fender bender, and she called me. She was upset and was like, "All right, we can do this. This is gonna be okay." And I was there for her. And that kind of stuff is like part of the long-term deal that you form with the family. That like, all right, like even though you made a mistake, it's still you and I. And I like that exists in my world.
That's how all my relationships are. That's how it should be. That's how I am with my family. It's like we're in this together. And a lot of my friendships too. It's like you and me, Woody, had a conversation the other day. Loyalty is important in all facets of life, in all relationships, I should say. Whether it's you and your fucking dog, or you and your friend, or you and your wife, or you and your girlfriend, like honesty and loyalty are honesty first. Like it's better to be honest than loyal, I think. At least then you can be honest about the disloyalty.
I mean, Tywin Lannister taught me that.
That's right. That's right.
I have some processing to do on all this.
Yeah, you think that over. It'll come to you. Yeah.
No, loyalty, I think loyalty is a huge attribute. I don't think anyone would argue that.
Well, I wouldn't.
It depends too thick. Pretty fun.
I don't think so. Whatever you think. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to argue that loyalty. I don't think anyone would argue that loyalty is a positive thing. So if you want to tell me your definition differs than mine, I bet you we both find it positive.
No, I just think that your definition of what, or your opinion of what constitutes disloyalty might differ from some others.
Sure.
That's all.
Yeah, I agree.
And that can vary within different relationships as well.
Yeah.
So it's a whole
Types of relationships. Right?
sure for sure. And in relationship with different people. Yeah. Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah, so that's what parenthood has been for me. You know, at first it was just like, I don't know, me and this 2-year-old girl that was my daughter were like new friends, and now me and this 20-year-old girl that's my daughter are, you know, old friends and solid.
Yeah. I'm happy for you. That's what you want. Like, you want to be teammates and friends with your kids once they get to that age. Because, I mean, I look at it from like the inverse side, where like being the kid to the parent.
Okay.
You know, when you're 14, you fucking hate your parents. You're like, God, they suck. They don't get it. They don't get what I'm trying to do with my life. And then I felt like by the time I was in like the middle of college, I'd come back and be like, God damn, Mom and Dad, you guys actually had some pretty dope shit to tell me. Like you were giving me good advice that I was, you know, shirking because I was being an arrogant prick. But probably each kid is their own way. So I still want to have kids. I know Kyle does not. Filthy, I think you should. Don't snip your bits. You know, you
Snip my bits.
So
don't snip your bits.
It's not a big deal to do. Look, first of all, you can reverse it. It's possible. There can be complications.
Do you know how stressful 3 vasectomies are? Snip, snap.
where is that?
Michael Scott. In the office, Michael Scott. And he said, you didn't want kids. So I got another vasectomy. And then you said you might want kids, so I got the vasectomy first.
Do you know how much stress there is on a man with 3 vasectomies?
Just freeze your sperm. Just freeze your sperm. That's the solution to that whole fucking
Are
thing.
you sure that's not expensive in the storage? And I can't imagine what that.
Well, look here. I mean,
What do you
first
have?
of all, it's a vial in a freezer somewhere, so the storage can't be expensive. Let me see.
I didn't realize there were needs for special storage because the 2-liter I have of cum is worth it.
Because no, I assume that it has to be
Your
at
dogs
the
will
right
love it.
temperature.
There's an at-home kit.
But you need it on an uninterruptible power supply.
You joked about it, Taylor. Taylor, there's an at-home kit.
That is,
It's not
you're
uninterruptible.
kidding yourself.
I have it for stream.
That's pretty
I
funny.
just gotta plug my cum.
All right, so they'll do a sperm analysis for $200. All right. They'll do analysis and they will hold on to your shit for 10 years, $2,000, 2 deposits, up to 12 vials.
So, no, Filthy, you're married.
I have to fill 12 vials
I am
with just 2
married.
deposits?
So where does your wife stand on
Very
the
tiny
baby?
vials.
My wife has always held the position that she does not have strong preferences either way.
Oh,
How old is she?
Fuck off. I'm not confused, but I don't think she is lying about this.
She's not lying. She's not
You're
lying.
not-
She meant what she said
Yes.
when she said it.
She says that right.
How old is she?
How old is she?
35.
Oh, okay.
Same age as me. Both are good.
Yeah, if she was, I
Has
think
there ever
that
been
a lot of
discussion
women
between the two of
change
you about
their.
who's more intelligent? And if so, is anyone overly defensive?
Neither of us are overly defensive. Why? What does that mean to you? What did you just hear? I don't
No,
know
his
what you
cum
heard,
is
but I
going
wanna
to
hear
be
what you
fine
just
until he's like 60.
heard. I want to hear what you just heard, Kyle. Tell me what
My
you just heard.
personal opinion is that you believe, and no, you know that you're more intelligent than she is, but you would never say something because you love her so much, and you
Okay, so-
appreciate so many things about her and so many nuances about her personality.
This exactly
and you find her to
mirrors
be
myself
more
and Kyle's
intelligent
relationship.
than many people, than almost anyone else. You find her to be top tier, but you're like, but I'm me. She, however, is a little worried she's not as intelligent as she is. She knows she's not. She used to think that maybe she was, but over time she's gotten to know you, and now she knows that she's not quite as intelligent as you. But she has changed her mind, as all women of about such things like that. Not all women. That's not most.
All women.
Almost all about having the children. I think that originally, she probably told you 5 to 8 years ago, strong opinions, and maybe she repeats that every 18 months.
And I don't.
But she would never want to admit that she had changed her mind, because that would sort of hammer home a bit of this whole like, who's the big.
I get that. Like it becomes concerning when someone tells you, "I'm open to either," because you go, "Well, you probably have a preference, but you're not expressing it."
Chocolate or vanilla? Either way, motherfucker. They don't have swirl here. You need a pick.
Sure.
I mean, I think you should come in your bitch.
Yeah.
You'll
let me do that.
I think you should blow a load on her titties.
No,
all sorts of birth, Taylor. In fact, all sorts of birth controls let you do that without making her pregnant. I don't know if you know this. You are from the fucking Midwest and you're young, so this may not be clear to you yet. But all sorts of birth controls allow you to, in fact, come in her without impregnating her.
You mean there are methods other than the pull-out?
I feel like it's much more fun.
First, choose your wines. Then
first choose the wines I like,
and you can choose your pull-out method.
This is a man who can't decide what kind of wine he likes, yet he's rock solid on having babies, making new human beings.
Yeah.
Church of Kyle, stay strong! 1,000 years, the Church of Kyle. 1,000 years! A fourth Reich of the Church of Kyle!
Dude, how the fuck is the Church of Kyle gonna last more
I
than
know.
your lifetime?
Kyle, I want to
Church
respond
of
to this.
Kyle's gonna
We will live on forever!
You will live on exactly
Kinda
one
lies.
lifetime.
If I don't respond to this, I do not do my wife credit due for this. Is that I trust her to tell me what she thinks about this. I do. We've been together fucking 9 or 10 years now. And this woman is fucking incredible. She is super loyal, super intelligent, super communicative, and I think the world of her. And if I could not trust her to tell me this opinion, then that would be a huge fucking problem. So you might be right. There may be different things than exactly what she's expressing. There may be sentiments for that. But I don't have a choice but to operate on the assumption that this is what she's depicting is actually what she means.
Do you ever have a serious talk about it?
Yeah.
You do? Oh, okay.
About to have one later tonight.
You know what?
No.
What you should do to
No,
be
I'm gonna have
extra,
another whiskey and not do
what
anything
you
like
should
that
do,
tonight.
what you should
Don't
do to
listen
be
to anything
extra
I say.
sure is just bust inside and
Go
then
on.
see her
This
response.
sounds like great advice so far.
He's
This
been
is-
busting inside. He's a goddamn responsible adult. He uses birth control. Have you not been listening to the man?
I think
No,
there's an
replace-
IUD in the.
This man has
scenario.
150 IQ.
There was an
Oh,
IUD.
does she have
We're
an
on
IUD?
condoms right now.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
you're
condom for like.
you're on condoms. Oh, condoms are terrible.
You're on IUD for like 7 years or something. It's condoms now and probably the second in the near future.
I think just bust inside and without
Really dumb
condoms.
so far. Go on.
Yeah. Bust inside. She gets preggers, and then
This is-
you decide: do I want to keep this little baby?
What
or
you
do I
want to
wanna
do is go to
flush
your
it?
local abortion clinic. Mine's right next to
work. You just do that.
my local abortion clinic. Happens to be right next to a Quiznos.
This is like the fucking
the
charge.
same guy owns them both. Right?
Does the punch card work on both? Like if you get 10.
That's where I'm headed to Miss Woody. One more abortion and I get one for free.
Makes sense.
Or one more
That just makes
sandwich.
sense.
I mean, worst case scenario is you get a Philly cheesesteak and go home.
No, worst case scenario is I have a child. Do we not listening to any of this?
Well,
Oh,
no,
there's
I was
gonna be
saying
an
like
abortion.
if you're popping by the abortion clinic, you can get a
Yes.
Philly cheesesteak on the way home.
Well, she
So
usually
so
she
just
probably won't have much of an
my-
appetite after, but
I have,
But I
a,
mean, when you,
I have a theory about why the meat's so cheap there.
that's actually pretty
Dude,
fun.
is Quiznos getting eliminated right now? Because I haven't seen a fucking Quiznos in forever.
They are. They're going downhill. And look, I love. Oh wait, that's not. I don't like Quiznos.
Subway
It's
is
garbage. I like
eating their
Schlotzsky's.
fucking ass.
Schlotzsky's
of
is
course
what's good.
Schlotzsky's
You ever get the
can't be
number
good.
one from Schlotzsky's? You know what they put on that shit? Olive paste. Sounds disgusting.
no, all
That
paste is
sandwich.
fucking phenomenal.
Amazing.
It's probably just really
Savory,
vinegary.
delicious, goes so well with that honey ham. It's a real winner. Olive paste.
I've got a craving for pickle juice right now. Might be pregnant.
You do love pickle juice.
Right.
I tell my wife that from time to time when I joke with her. tell her I'm pregnant.
Do you do that thing where you spritz it on the bread? Yeah, we've talked about this. You do.
I was literally this
know that one.
plays into Kyle's
He
hand.
sprinkles his sandwich bread with the pickle juice and then he eats the sandwich. It gives it a nice little.
that's good.
Yeah, get a little bite.
I like
there.
vinegar. I like vinegar on all my sandwiches.
Oh, I love vinegar.
Yep, get that on there. A little oil and
I
vinegar.
still
I get eyes because I ask for malt vinegar every time.
Y'all making me so goddamn hungry. How much time we got left here, Woody?
4 hours, 7 minutes. I just thought we were on a roll.
We are on a roll, so we should just keep going. 5 hours.
No,
Look
not
at Kyle.
that.
Kyle's like, we're done. We are done.
5 hours,
We are
right?
done. I want to get back to
5 more.
Kyle, what's the game?
Kyle would like this. It was literally 3 nights ago. I was taking a hot shit in my master bathroom, and my girlfriend had been in the other bathroom, and then she came out and she was like standing outside, and I was pooping, and I was like, "Hey, are you in there?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she'd been having like some nausea, and I was like, "I just took a pregnancy test," and I was like, "Okay." keep me posted on how this goes. And then from like me through the door as she's there, like I'm like wiping my ass, and she's like, "Oh, we're good." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, then everything we've been doing is fine."
Oh, we're
But
good
you
is an
wouldn't tell
interesting
me,
response,
please
right?
tell
Because now we know what good is, how good is defined.
Did you ask what good meant?
Taylor,
Because-
tell me you're not one of those fucking idiots who says, I'll leave it to chance.
Oh,
literally
you're
what he's
talking
doing,
to
Dopey.
him.
Fuck you.
That's
All
a
right,
great
let me just
response.
clear this
You're
up. I
talking to him.
thought it had been
I'll
made
leave
clear.
it
No birth control at all. Only pulling out. He's known this girl a year and a half.
Fucking idiot.
We don't even know.
Pulling out's more effective than you're giving it credit for.
He doesn't even know
it's
her
the
middle
people
name.
who say they pull out, but only pull out midway through.
He's laughing because he don't.
Okay.
No, it's probably
What color
like
her eyes?
no, probably like green or blue brown.
She's dark haired.
That's the
One
best
of
way.
those.
If you're ever trying to like steal some guy's lady friend, I bet he doesn't even know what color your eyes are. We never know what color their eyes are. We never know. You don't memorize that kind of thing.
That's what you have wrong. I have a video of her sucking my dick.
Eye contact.
She
all
looks
the
right at
way
the camera.
through. I know exactly what color her eyes are.
Robbie showed that on
They're stars.
Yeah, prove it, Taylor.
Bullshit.
You know, if you
shit,
want to
Taylor,
kick
please
off
don't-
your live
come
streaming
on.
with a bang,
Are
upload
you
that
fucking
bitch.
kidding me?
You
You don't need birth control and you're just leaving it to chance? Please tell me. Please
No,
tell
no,
me.
I'm not busting inside. I have phenomenal penal strength.
Pre-cum,
You
motherfucker.
You know,
Pre-cum,
pre-cum can
motherfucker.
get people pregnant, right? You do know
Pre-cum's
this, right?
never gotten anyone pregnant, according to me.
everyone.
You have 2 children. You can't be like,
gonna-
we've never gotten anyone pregnant.
Dude, it's literally gonna be like 5 PKAs from now where I'm like, well,
Yeah.
it happened.
If that happens, I'm gonna
the
send you
internet
my
is
my Quiznos card.
Next, it will be next fucking
This
PKA.
one's on me.
Jesus, the number of people we know, like friends of ours, couples of ours, who have been like, oh, we're just gonna leave it to chance, see what happens. Do you know what that is? That is, you know what happens by chance when a male and a female fuck?
The guy comes?
You have children. That's
Dude, but
the
it's
end
not,
result
it's
of
not,
that.
That's
it's not
a-
that risky
that's a don't
because
please
we
your girl
only
joke,
we
but
only
okay.
fuck every single night. So it's not.
Ah, yes.
We're never gonna have fun with Taylor again.
Taylor's streaming career from November
got-
2019 to December
I got
2019.
2 years of probation here.
2019 till later November.
I got 2 years of probation here and a felony conviction, but at least I'm not locked down like when you're 18 to 20. Woo, he's about to get 18 to
Lasted
20. He
longer
don't even know
than
it.
Taylor's fucking streaming career because of children.
He's got the DA living in his house right now, and she's about to put the fucking hammer down. 18 to 20 for you.
It's an interesting mentality.
$250,000 in financial restitution. You're getting it worse
Yeah, the
than I
mentality
have.
you can fuck your
Yeah,
girl without a
getting it
condom
worse
and
than
fucking not get pregnant. That's a really interesting mentality. That's called stupidity.
Oh, get him!
No, he just.
Oh! Oh!
Yeah, me and Mike
got me, bitch.
I see Taylor as a guy who wants kids. Like, I think it's
I do
pretty
want
obvious he wants
Yeah.
kids.
but you want
You've
kids
already
when
got
you
the
want 'em,
dog.
Wait,
got the dog.
Filthy, I didn't hear your word.
First of all, the
Right?
dog's
You want
pooped
kids
right
when
to-
you want them.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think he does want them. To me,
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he doesn't.
When
My point is,
when I hear,
why are you pretending? If you want children, why are you pretending it's random? It isn't random. If you have sex repeatedly with someone without contraceptives, you will have a child unless one of you are fucking incapable.
Well, I mean, we'll just kind of see how it goes.
yeah, see,
right.
Filthy,
That's
this is just a different way of saying we're trying.
yeah,
Kyle has
right.
already told
But
me
why
that
is
he
the
wishes that I'm sterile.
If I had a magical spell, like, and Canis Infertilis.
And he'd be doing it with the kindness of his heart. Like, you know, it
And the
seems
reason
love.
Kyle would do it is he's like, I want to hang out with my friend Taylor and get high in Colorado.
You're not gonna be
Literally
funny if you
that.
have kids. You're
Oh,
gonna be Jim Gaffigan. You're gonna be Jim fucking Gaffigan. That's the comedy.
Taylor, I have not
Dude,
turned
Jim
on.
Gaffigan is
He could be
hilarious.
Louis C.K.
Taylor, I want to clarify. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit if your children
A
are not.
pervert?
I'm not in any way trying to knock that, but I am trying to knock
Maybe.
the idea that you will continue to do something that has an outcome that's known from the action and pretend that it doesn't have a known outcome. That
I'm
bothers
pretty good at the pull-out. No.
Right?
me. Yeah, but pre-cum. can
I'm not
get a
one of
girl
those.
pregnant.
Yeah, pre-cum can.
And pulling out when you're close to orgasming means you're post pre-cum. So you're a rational human being who's not a fucking idiot. So rationalize that.
Oh, yeah, I'll show you.
The pullout,
Fair.
the pullout
Can't argue
method
with that.
is effective 78% of the time.
That's a
Boom.
great
That's a C.
number.
That's a C
That's
plus.
amazing. 78.
Well, you're
But
acting
right,
like
they
it's a certainty, when in reality it should take him 5 years to make it.
C's get degrees. So, so that also.
That's right. What you'll say to your daughter is you're a gentleman's C.
Oh man. Oh,
Yeah, that would be great. That
you
would be
think my
great.
kids are gonna
Please,
watch this podcast?
On a podcast, the first time your daughter says, "Daddy, Daddy, how did I come to be?"
You're like,
Well, I
well,
busted in your mom.
are you
on a
freaking-
hey,
yeah.
No, I
This
pulled
is
out-
the-
you wouldn't
this
even
is-
fit
this
it
is the
because
message
I
for
pulled
Taylor.
out.
Sweetie, do you know what reverse cowgirl is?
This is a message to Taylor's future and inevitable daughter. Hey there.
These are the
Hey,
first faces you'll ever see, and you'll regret that for the rest of your life.
Hey
Honey,
there,
you're not on purpose, but
child.
you are loved.
It's not me.
That's
Hey.
a good message.
Hey there, little Miss Tarasenko. I know you think your daddy loves you, but you were a
He
pull-out
loves
baby.
fucking much more than he loves you.
That's not what that means. He's made a conscious decision that he's.
Yeah.
No, he's
Thank
clearly
you,
saying
Woody.
he hasn't.
Thank
Well,
you.
like a person who commits suicide. I understand exactly where you're coming from. He's made the decision. This is
No, fuck him. He
this
doesn't
is
get
like
that
somebody
value.
who's wants to
No,
commit suicide.
fuck him.
This
Kyle,
is like
fuck him. He does not get that value. The guy who makes it, the guy who jumps off a bridge at some point looked at the water,
Different kind
looked
of
at that
suicide.
and said, "I'm gonna fucking die."
yeah.
and
This is the
jumped off.
suicide guy
Taylor's
who
just
gets
going
out the
like,
revolver.
"Ah,
This is the suicide guy who gets out the revolver, puts one in the chamber, goes brrrr,
Yeah.
chick, click.
Yeah,
Not today, I guess.
The coolest guy.
No,
So
see,
I'm the coolest guy.
you guys are evaluating him by his words, and I'm evaluating by his actions. He's made a decision.
I do want kids at some
I
point.
don't think you're wrong,
and-
Woody. But I always wonder how conscious that decision is. And it-
I mean,
and
it's
it
a
kills me that
tentpole
it isn't
topic on the
conscious.
show, so it's pretty conscious, I think. Like,
Yeah.
this is not the first time he's had this confrontation.
But why is he not admitting it?
Well, that's curious
Admitting
to me, too. Like, what? Why?
What are we talking
Why
about?
are we trying while saying we're letting Jesus take
Oh
the
no
wheel?
no! I'm not trying.
Oh,
for
you're
it. Like,
kind of trying.
You
we're
are.
fucking-
You're actively trying.
I'm not busting in her.
That's the dumbest thing I've heard tonight. And we've talked
That's
about
a
a lot of
feat.
subjects.
78% effective, Philby. 78%
That's so
effective.
fucking bad. What if, okay, Taylor, you tell me.
You're insulting the
drive.
bulk of my academic career right now. You know that.
Taylor, would you
Yeah.
drive at a 78% safety rating?
Yeah, I do all the time.
Yeah.
I do it. I'm protected.
Really? You say this to me without fucking joking that you would drive at a 78%?
No, of course not. But I don't think it's actually 78. I feel like those are the numbers for guys who are like right about to fucking bust and then they pull out. I'm pretty.
know these are
I'm pretty
averages, right?
careful. With
Right?
It. I'm,
So
I'm
Taylor-
pulling it out and then I'm coming somewhere else.
Let's
I
all.
like
well,
pushing this.
This is hurting me. This is hurting me right now. Physically hurting me. I'm like, I know this guy is not the
Filthy
dumbest
is a
fucking-
deacon.
What?
A deacon.
Oh,
Religious figure deacon?
Yeah. In the church
In
of
what
Kyle.
sense? Oh,
the Church of Kyle.
I'm like.
Wow, you've just got some authority.
Not really. It's just a glorified usher, but Arian Foster is like the guy playing the jazz piano in the corner, like there's a lot of
I thought you were
members
gonna
of the Church of Kyle.
I want a spot in the Church of Kyle. No, I know I'm not.
Satan.
You, right? I was hoping for Satan, but it seemed like too much to ask for.
You are Lucifer, the morning star. You are the antithesis of everything and all that we believe.
That's what
You
I
have
was
settled
hoping for
down,
all along.
Married, stayed monogamous, and reproduced. 4 out of 4. Four strikes, you're out.
What it probably is after 2 years of doing this approach and not having any problems, I'm probably just sterile.
Yeah, I think that's much more. Well, okay,
No, he's
Or
good.
she is.
He's
I
a
did the
top tier
math
puller
thing.
outer.
So remember, I don't know. I've told this before. My mother's
No, analyze you for $200 on that site.
My mother's a fucking midwife, and I did this one Christmas. I did the math with her. I talked to her about like, percentage of like conception, of like stillbirth, and the rest of it. I don't fucking remember the number. It was horrifying. It was basically like, are you insane? Not using protection. If you don't want a child, not using protection is insane.
Condoms hurt and they're uncomfortable and I don't come well, so I'm not good.
Then don't use fucking condoms. There's like a billion other conception methods.
Even a diaphragm would make me feel a little safer. For you.
You know what? I'm gonna buy.
You should wear one on
my
this
own.
show. It'll
I'm
protect you
gonna-
from this.
I'm gonna sneak it into her pussy. She's asleep.
All right, I've said my piece. I don't
Is there
mean-
any
I don't mean
downside to an
judge you,
IUD?
Miller. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be going on the phone.
An IUD.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We're
Am I
all-
saying
Very
it wrong?
painful. It's
Oh.
it's IUD internal
Uterus shit?
I like it. I was thinking of an
Uteral
IUD,
device.
like an improvised IUD, improvised uteral device.
Yeah, it's very painful going in for a lot of women.
But
And
it's fucking
sometimes
great. It's like 10 years of protection.
I can feel it with the tip of my penis.
If they have,
Sure, and you can find the strings too if you look for it. You can find.
That's
the
what I
feel.
If they get
Yeah.
the copper kind, you can feel it on your cock while you're fucking.
It's the
Yeah.
any of the kinds you can feel.
And you
I've
know
it.
what
only
else
ever
you
been
can feel on your cock when you're fucking? The child downstairs. Are you fucking retarded?
This one's gonna have a dented head.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
it's the worst right now. But I don't have a child.
Taylor's like, that is gonna be a big head. I guarantee it. I can feel every.
Yeah.
No,
Dude,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pumping those big-headed retard jeans right in there.
All right, well let's
Anyway,
lay
I
off.
think we
Let's
got it
lay
all.
off Taylor. I'm not gonna give you any more shit ever again
I'm sorry.
about
I'm sorry.
your
Too much,
about your
too much.
about your
You're
pullout.
fine.
No.
Doubt.
I feel like we overstepped just a little bit, so I apologize. We did.
Not at all.
But
You're all
that-
good.
yeah, you say those things. But I'm not gonna give you any more shit. You know how we feel.
I'm gonna
Let's leave
make
it
a
up to
bet.
God.
Well, from Kyle, it's so sweet because I can tell all of Kyle's concern is like, I can't get high with my friend anymore.
He can't do that
He has
anyways.
kids.
He's legally obligated not to.
Well,
My
guys
probation
have-
will be over
now,
soon
I
enough.
won't be able to get high with my friend.
You guys lack faith in his pull-out ability? Take this. I bet he live streams before he gets pregnant.
I don't give a shit about how good his live stream, his pull-out ability is. You literally just told me it was a 78% chance.
That includes people who don't have his pull-out skills.
Sure.
That's a C plus.
Let's give him 10% on that. Let's say he's the best pull-out fucking champion in the world.
He
Let's
might
give him
be.
88%.
Okay.
Dude, you also don't consider the fact that every single
Yeah,
PKA
you
I
don't.
have a space heater on under the desk, which is ruining my sperm.
Absolutely.
Unless
You
it's
probably wear
powered by
tight
plutonium.
boxers, and you probably take some sort of lifting supplement. I don't know. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, the point being, like, if you want to avoid the outcome, be aware of what goes into that.
Yeah.
And if you
I
don't-
soak my balls
Cheers.
in
Like, I
110
don't
degree
judge them.
water for an hour every day, and then after I'm done with that, I flog them mercilessly.
I drink whiskey 6 nights a week. I kill that fucking shit in inception.
and that has nothing to do with fertility. I just enjoy it.
All right. Where can everybody find you?
I put the cock ring around my testicles and they're dead.
Oh God, it fell off. It fell off last week.
That's how
Oh
they.
God, what have I done?
It's a castration method.
Check out
Slow, but it
Filthy
works.
Robot over on Twitch. He is always streaming some fun, very interesting games. A noted intellect in the online gaming community. Very fun to watch him think his way around his opponents and master games quickly, efficiently, proficiently, and impressively.
Wow,
That's it.
very
It's
much
very
so.
fun to watch. Very fun to watch Filthy out there. I watch him at least an hour a week. You know, I'm not on Twitch a lot, but whenever I'm on Twitch, I tune in and see if you're on, and I check you out if you are. So check him out. I'm a big fan. Always have been.
Was
a
that
lot of
off
respect
the
for Filthy.
cuff, or did you have that prepared? That was
Speaking from the heart.
outstanding.
That was very nice. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And check out our sponsors. They're all linked down below. And everyone cross your fingers and pray to me as your Lord and Savior that Taylor doesn't get his girlfriend pregnant.
Or if you want to pray to Satan that he does have a baby, that'd
That's-
be hilarious.
We can just let Taylor let us know what he wants from that. We can pray for that. But
Taylor
we don't
doesn't
know.
I want a baby at some point, not yet, but if it happens, I want that baby.
That makes perfect sense. PKA, episode 466.
I'm gonna SEAL Team 6 that baby.
You're gonna murder my baby.
I'm gonna send a SEAL Team 6 with a fucking shop vac, a propofol over to your house, and you'll never know it
Wow.
happened. Night vision goggles coming in, Black Hawk helicopters, the most efficient baby murdering unit on the planet.
All right.
Second only to the U.S. military.
Painkiller already, episode 465 with our guest, Asterios. Kyle?
Couple of sponsors tonight, Goat.com, Audible, Morgan & Morgan, and Manscaped. We'll get to all those guys later on in the show, of course, but yeah, we got our good friend Asterios back on the show, the loudest motherfucker on the radio waves. We had to turn his gain down not once, not twice, but thrice.
You're sponsored by Morgan & Morgan for the people?
Yes, yes,
Wait.
we are.
Did Morgan & Morgan get one of you guys out of that gun problem? Is that why they're a sponsor of yours?
Maybe I should have called them.
They're for the people! Imagine going with a law firm that's against the people. I would never do that. Exactly. Now that Jacoby and Myers have broken up, and it's just Jacoby and Jacoby. Yeah, I love those guys. All right, sorry to interrupt. Sorry, I'm very loud. Hi.
Hey,
No, it's all
Welcome
good.
Thank
But
you.
aboard.
those are all excellent companies with quality products and services.
Yes, they are.
We don't
On this
need
frosty Thursday night, we're glad to have you. I have not had heat in my home for about a week now. At first, I thought that, like, I'll just man up and let's see what it's like without central heating. You know, I've got a fireplace, you know.
the Arctic
it's-
blast broke fewer than 200 records, I'm told.
Holy fucking shit. It drops to about 50 degrees inside my home during, like,
I'm like,
In
50's
the
not
home.
that cold, but in the home it's cold.
yeah, 50's not that bad until you sit on the toilet seat.
It's not a good inside temperature. As an outside temperature, it didn't sound so extreme to me.
Outside, look, I'm in the South. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. You know, I've got friends in Minnesota, and all kinds of in Canada and places like that. They get real legitimate winters, but those motherfuckers also have heat. Okay,
Yeah, and coats.
and well, you know, again, this is not a decorative coat that I'm wearing. I am fucking cold. This is not one of the rooms that has a fireplace attached to it. It is cold.
You know
in
what
my
you
house.
How many rooms do you have that have fireplaces attached to them?
I have 2 rooms with fireplaces attached.
You live in double fireplace style in Atlanta, GA?
I have
It's not that
5
expensive.
fireplaces, I think.
You have damn it!
God, I've
Losing
only
the
got one
fireplace
fireplace. I feel like a bitch.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be braggadocious at all. I know that Woody's over there like a fucking Game of Thrones character with hearths all over the place. There's
This
fucking
is an
swords over him.
fireplace podcast. There's an 8 fireplaces, one show.
I'll try
I'm glad I get to contribute to that number.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
How many fireplaces do we have between us? I've got
8.
2. Woody's got at least.
I have 5.
I've got
Woody
Did I
has
say
you have,
6?
wait, time out. How many actual fireplaces, not just rooms attached? 5?
Well, does it have to burn wood to be a fireplace, or can it
No,
be a gas?
it can be
No, it
gas.
could be gas.
Oh, 5.
You have 5 fucking
I
fireplaces.
do, yeah.
I want to know, have you actually used them all?
I have
or is it
2,
like, this is
and I
the
thought
one we
that was
use, and those
fancy.
are the 4 extraneous?
By far, the one we use the most is the kitchen. Like, every morning, I swear, Jackie and I'll get up at different times, and like I open my eyes, I'm like, oh, it's morning time. Jackie's been my best friend for 25 years, and we start off every morning with like a cup of coffee, hanging out in the kitchen, talking. You know, the most popular topics are like kids and politics. And in the wintertime, the fireplace is a key part of it. Like it's a little chilly. It's not everything you want. I might be wearing underwear and a t-shirt, and we crank up that fireplace and we talk, and that's how I start off all my days. But that's the one we use the most. There's 4 more.
Okay, who makes the coffee?
Either Jackie makes both, or we each make our own. I never make hers, but she wouldn't want that.
My parents, when they were like married, had this really interesting situation where my mother's a teacher, so obviously she's off during the summertime, and so when she was working in the rest of the year, my father always made the coffee. Like they this is pre-Keurig days. It's a pot of coffee. He would always get up early, make that pot of coffee, and he'd come back to bed before she got up and got out of bed with her cup of coffee. But in the summertime, when she's off, and obviously he's working, she took over, and she would get up very early, make the pot of coffee come. And of course, me, I would wake up at like 7 a.m. and I would think like, this is early because I'm a child. There's no coffee by 7 a.m. That's not the thing. I always had to make my own coffee.
You wanted coffee as a kid? I never drank coffee.
Yeah, like I've always been the type who would like stay up all fucking night long, even though I had shit to do the next day, and be like, 3 hours of sleep isn't so bad. 2 hours isn't so bad. Meanwhile, it's like, well, you're not a light switch. You can't just go to sleep like that. It's gonna take 30 minutes. You're getting an hour and a half of sleep. So yeah, I wanted coffee in high school.
I like
This
how
is
Asterios
how-
added a fireplace behind him.
I got a fireplace!
That's great. I got 5. This is how
I did
coffee.
it!
This is the coffee
We were-
psychology in our mornings. So my coffee is not that sweet when I make it myself because sexy is a sacrifice. And on the other hand, Jackie makes coffee, and it's sugar rific. So every once
You know what
in a-
I've been doing with coffee
recently?
recently?
I won't make a sugar-filled coffee, but if I request one, it's the same thing.
Here's what I put in my coffee recently. This is about a thing I've been doing for about 3 weeks now. I put a scoop of cocoa in there. Not cocoa, not like chocolate,
Not chocolate milk.
Like
not hot
cacao.
chocolate. There's no sugar in it. It's like the Hershey's cocoa. There's no calories in there. It's just the cocoa, which I understand has antioxidants and is good for you. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm doing it because it'll taste more like chocolate. And then I'll put like literally a half a teaspoon of like fucking sugar in there, and that's my coffee. And
My interest. This sounds interesting.
like coffee's bitter anyway, so you don't mind that you've got non-sweetened cocoa in it, which again is supposedly good for you. And I'm drinking it right now. It tastes like the worst chocolate you've ever had, but it's better than just black coffee.
I for the same antioxidant reason, that's why I drink half a bottle of red wine every morning. I feel terrible throughout the day, but I know that I'm getting my antioxidants.
He feels worse without the wine, though. So it's a win.
It keeps the shakes away.
Hey, while we're talking about alcoholics,
Oh God, that's a wow! What a transition. Here we go. All right, what do you got?
Please continue, Woody.
so I have the link up. Let me. Oh no, I closed the wrong link. Taylor, can you help me find the link?
It's the second most recent chat. Oh, did you?
Yeah, 17.
Alright, I'm scrolling. Oh wait, I found it.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
It's just Mr. Mediker's Twitter, and he's got lots of very graphic photos of the new updated leg holes, and they look, I would say, much worse.
Does everyone know what
It
we
depends
mean
on how
when we
you
say leg
grade.
holes?
Well, there is a picture on the screen for the non-audio video people.
Only Disney bleeds legs.
Yeah, Kyle, go ahead. Why don't you finish it up?
I was just wondering if every single listener understood what we meant. First of all, we like our Disney Blade. We talked about this before the show, how each of us in turn like him as a guy, and we've all had good experiences with him, and he's been kind to us from time to time. So I don't want this to feel like some sort of an attack. This is really just us being really worried about the guy, because Only Use Me Blade has always had a penchant for alcoholism, let's just say.
Fancy way to say that.
Yeah. And
Wait, I'm so sorry. What's the guy's name? Oniza Blade?
only use me Blade. That was his screen name, and the reason for that was in Call of Duty, he would make these videos where he only used the knife. Like he would only melee people, whereas all of his enemies were using machine guns and stuff in the video game Call of Duty.
So he
He's
handicapped
about
himself.
to be only lose me leg.
He handicapped.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. He handicapped himself in game and still was successful, and that
He's
made
about to
him very
handicap
popular.
himself in real life.
You guys are on fire. They make fun of me in my live streams. He was nice to me like 10 years ago. Probably literally like 6 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, he was
And,
cool as shit to me 6 or 8 years ago.
way I
We were in
work,
Seattle,
like-
and I was like, "Hey Blade, what's going on?" We met outside this building, and he's like, "Yo, you want a blunt?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I want a blunt. How'd you get a blunt here? Because weed wasn't legal there."
Hit it
He's
in
like,
my leg holes.
He's like, "I stowed them in my leg holes." And no, what he did, he rolled up blunts, put them right back in the blunt package, and like just put them in his shirt pocket and flew through TSA
in the cigarette
security.
pack.
Yeah. They come in, you know, the cigar package, and just flew with weed to Seattle, and I thought that was so cool, you know. And he popped one out, and you know, let me hit it a few times, and I've always appreciated that. Like not everybody wants to share their ill-gotten weed. Okay.
Here's my story. When Keemstar was attacking Colin, I talked to Blade. And I was like, Blade, can you talk to this guy? And he did. He wasn't successful. Keemstar kept attacking my son, but I don't know. I was appreciative that he tried. But
Yeah.
Suffice
Look.
to say, we'd all be happy if he got his leg holes filled and he
Little Bondo.
With
leg
liquor!
holes.
Fill him up and then
But
do
my
leg
God.
shots!
So-
Oh my god!
The green stuff. We started to talk about the green stuff pre-show. Because it's on the shoes, I'm thinking he either slid in grass or played paintball. He's probably actively playing paintball and exercising. Things like that.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Let's not get to it.
What do you think
Let's
it
not
is?
lie.
Halloween based?
Just
Halloween
lie.
So
based?
you're saying that a guy who mastered melee weapons in a gun-on-gun violence game probably goes for 5-mile jogs every morning at 7 a.m.?
I see the holes in this theory.
That
And
looks
you
to me
also
like
see the holes in his leg!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We were all going for it! 9 fireplaces and 3 whole leg jokes!
that looks to me like some
this
sort
is
of
the first
effect
time we've
caused
seen
by
one
the
of
camera.
the holes have well, the green thing I think is definitely caused by the camera.
Halloween,
you know,
maybe.
He's mowing his
Because
lawn.
it's on his shoes.
No. It's not actually
the
green.
camera
Like if you look with your human eye, it would not be there. That's something caused by the flash or the camera. That's some sort of weird digital noise that's being created there.
I didn't think that, but okay.
I think it's not green, but the thing that's new and exciting about these leg hole updates is up until this point, there's never been a spot in the leg holes that's fully dark where you can't discern the depth of the hole itself. Now, there is like something the size of a pencil eraser that is jet black. Like, how deep does this hole go? Like, if you got a pipe cleaner, how far could you get it in there? A couple centimeters?
Would it feel good?
I can't imagine it would.
Let me ask you this, Tim.
Yeah.
How much money? And we're talking dollary digits, okay? For real. Would it take for you to tongue fuck one of those holes?
Ooh.
Look, now stick with me here. You can do whatever you want before and after the tongue fucking. You can be shit-faced, wasted, and afterwards you can gargle with pure alcohol if you want.
You
But
can
gotta
kill
tongue-
yourself immediately after!
Or immediately before.
Your family gets the money, but you got to tongue fuck that hole. And I mean, you have to pretend like that hole is the vagina of the most beautiful woman you've ever met, and making her get off right now might secure you a second meeting in the bedroom.
10,000 Bitcoin.
$80 gift card to Apple. No? 90.
I would-
I'll do 50.
We have a bidding war.
There will be no cameras, and no one but you and Blade will know about it. Because to me personally, that's important.
How deep is it? So
See, that's the question.
the green-
Realistically, I'd say, let's say 50 grand.
Because the green,
That's steep.
I know, I'm putting a price on myself that's totally. If someone had like 20 grand in cash and was like tongue that guy's
That's what
whole
I always
life,
say.
I'll like even take my clothes off.
That's what I always say. People always like throw out those audacious figures, and I'm like, when you see cash money in front of you, like and that's why the best like prank shows and the best like reality shows, they break out fucking cash money.
Yeah.
Because when you see those $100 bills, or even better, honestly, are $50 bills, because you almost respect them equally to the 50, but there's twice as many. If you see fucking $8,000 in 50s in front of you, that's a wad of 50s, and they're like, tongue fuck that hole for 8 seconds.
But you're always the guy who tongue fucked this
No,
guy's
no
leg
one will know.
holes.
No, see, that's my
no
caveat.
one will know. I'll do it for $8.99.
An Applebee's starter.
Yes. They have unlimited apps now. You buy once, you can stay there all day.
Do you mean to
First
tell
of
me?
all-
Do you mean to tell me
First of
they
all,
have
they're called,
bottomless
they're called
nachos?
Anytizers. It's not just for the meal.
And they're gonna raise my sizzle tonin, yes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
I'm
what,
looking at this-
because Blade's a nice guy, and I'm not a holist like you, I'd let him blow me for free.
That's very
See, but
nice
that's
of
not
you.
on the table.
I don't think Jackie would be okay with that.
Probably not.
That's a curious question.
I'd rather tongue
That's a
his-
question
his
I would
hole
honestly
than
like an
blow him.
answer to. Like I don't know if you want to press the issue and text Jackie right now and be like, how would you feel if for some dollar figure a man gave me oral sex? And maybe you can throw him the caveat that only me, you, and only use me Blade will ever know about.
And me, and Kyle, and Asterios.
And
everyone who
Kyle and
listens to the
Taylor and Asterios.
show. And the listeners.
I see
And
texting
the
happening.
Yeah.
I see texting
But just the
happening.
subreddit.
Okay, but here's the problem. If these holes get big enough, you might get a calf job. Like, what if it's in the dark and all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, look, my dick's being put in this moist, gooey cavern. Oh yay! And you wake up and you came in this guy's thigh. What will you do then?
I
Just
mean, if
probably kill
anything, my semen will
Probably.
help heal it.
That's a good point.
I'll give it. He might need some healing semen at this point
Yeah,
because
the
I don't
thing-
feel like he's putting. If I were him, I'd be putting some Neosporin in there or something, right? That's my answer to everything. Like I use that for razor burn, cuts, scratches. Neosporin goes on everything. I keep one of those big fat tubes. I feel like he's not looking after this thing.
You know, it doesn't seem like he is.
You're telling me that an alcoholic isn't taking care of his body?
That's the thing. Like, so, dude, the first pictures we saw, it didn't look that bad to me. I've said this before so quickly. Like, it just looked like scrapes that I've had a million times. And people who seem to know more, like Chiz and Taylor, were saying, no, that's actually, this is a serious situation. The next one struck me as serious, and it was weird to me that he would let a bad thing get worse. Like, who doesn't take care of their health? What I see now, it's still on the screen, is, how could he ignore this problem to let it get to this point? I
You
don't
know what might actually fix this is Mighty Putty.
Is that our first sponsor for tonight?
No, it's not. It's just.
Damn, that would have been a great transition.
It
She's
would've
writing
been-
back.
It's this putty that you can like put. I know what it is because this prankster at our high school put it in a bunch of locks around the school, the keyholes, and it's like a putty, and it will become like a rock, like concrete after it sets.
Yeah.
And so I don't see a downside, Blade. If you're listening to this, Mighty Putty, if it's still the same price as it was before that telemarketer, TV marketer guy died of cocaine overdose, it's like $19.99, a couple easy payments. Billy Mays, that was his name. Man, he was cool. It's a shame.
Billy Mays here with a brand new TV offer.
I have Jackie's reply.
Do you have holes in your legs? Are they painful? And do you not want to stop drinking a gallon of Jaeger every morning? I've got the solution for you. Mighty Putty. Put it in your gross necrotic leg holes. Oh, when I'm fixing my friend's necrotic leg holes, I just need a little bit of cocaine and some Mighty Putty. Yeah, that's what you need.
It blows me away that he's in this condition. I still can't get past the same thing, that he has legs like this and doesn't consider it his top priority.
Oh, yeah. It should be a number one priority.
That would be number one on my
Yeah.
fucking list of things to do. As
There's-
soon as the holes start growing in my flesh.
He must
It's
wake
like
up in the morning
larva.
and be like, I guess I got a live stream, getting some Jaeger in me. There's some couch laying to do, and that's probably it.
You know what I want to do? And this is the thing that I've always been weird about since I was a kid. Like whenever I got a scab or something, I enjoyed pouring hydrogen peroxide
On the scab?
Yeah, on like
You see all
scabs
the
and
fizzles.
scrapes and see it fizzle up, and it felt good. It was almost like Alka-Seltzer in a wound, and
Mhm.
I want to pour Alka-Seltzer in
Oh, how much would you pay for that opportunity?
I would literally pay $25 if you recorded it.
I have Jackie's reply. So this is how I phrased the question.
Probably no.
The show came up with the question, how would you feel if some dude blew me? Is that cheating? What dollar amount would make it okay? She said, this is why I don't watch the show. I would not like it, and it is cheating, and no amount of money is worth our relationship. I said, roger that. And then she added, and I blame Kyle.
Noted.
Yeah, well,
She'll never see that. Yeah, I'm
I
really
guess
happy she doesn't watch the show.
if I saw 10 grand in like tens, that would be enough to sway me. As long as I could like hold the watch.
Is that 100 tens or maybe 1,000?
$1,010 bills. That's a lot.
What is that? So a stack of the paper bound ones usually 50 bills, right? That's how.
It's like 2.5 pounds of money. Like that's a good wad of money.
I wonder if
I always
would
find it
from
disappointing.
doing it though. Would I contract whatever he has in there in my mouth?
You mean alcoholism? Yes, you would need to become an alcoholic to put that out of your mind.
Would it suddenly
in fact, that's probably how he got to become an alcoholic in the first place. He tongued someone's leg holes and had to Jaeger it out of his brain.
Like
It was like a monkey's paw wish gone wrong. Yeah. I mean, I just wake up after a blackout, standing in line at the grocery store with 5 gallons of Jaeger on the conveyor.
Yes, it was like a monkey's paw wish gone wrong. He held a dead monkey's paw and wished to tongue someone's leg holes, and then it went wrong somehow.
This is what I want to be a successful streamer. Okay. Well, that's happening too.
oh, that's rough. I know he'll see this. He'll probably see it, right?
Well, again, I don't feel like we're being mean at all. Like we want you, we want him to.
No, look.
Nobody wants to see this
Let me
going.
just be clear.
Stop
We
drinking.
are absolutely being mean, and we're using your leg holes as content. We would also like you to I don't know, get a doctor, talk to a therapist, stop, do something to stop drinking your legs into Swiss cheese.
What is
You know?
happening? Why does drinking alcohol do this to your legs?
Well,
Or is it a
so
weight
much
gain?
alcohol to do this to your legs?
I don't think it's the well, it's the alcohol, but also his
Okay.
drink of choice is Jaeger, which is like the sugary alcohol out there. And so this kind of thing in people's legs happens when you have diabetes. And so I think.
Can I interrupt you with a question? Do you think that if he drank an equivalent amount of pink lemonade, that he would have legs like this?
Do you understand what the equivalent amount of pink lemonade would be?
The
The number population of America would be decimated.
I'm just saying that literally, if he was like, guys, I'm going to drink exactly the same amount I am now, but it's going to be flavorless vodka and water. That would be a huge improvement. Like,
Health advice from PKA.
Yeah, like, no, it really would, because at least there's not
Or
as much
tequila.
sugar in there. Any kind of alcohol that's not just loaded with sugar.
Tequila.
But at
Tequila
this
has
point,
no
he's
sugar?
like a bridge too far. Yeah.
See, this is an area where I'm really shallow on medical knowledge when it comes to leg holes.
Don't
But
stop.
it seems like if he stopped, this would heal in days. It is a centimeter deep at the most, right?
Wait a minute.
I feel
Wait,
like I can get
your
my pinky
advice
the way in.
Your advice to an alcoholic is to stop? He probably never considered that! Wait, oh my god, this is amazing! I have to write this down and patent this before PKA gets rich!
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah, our advice to you is stop drinking so much.
But I didn't actually phrase it like that. I said, but in terms of the severity of it, like a lot of people see this and see a point of no return. I'm like, what? No, he can turn this around, right? Now I don't know what I'm talking about, but those are shallow leg holes. I've probably had leg holes like that just from.
None of us have ever had leg holes.
You hit things, right? One time
I've never had a leg hole.
I crashed my bike into a barbed wire fence once, and I had leg holes deeper than that.
Yeah, but you had a nice event to tie it back to.
I did, yeah.
It wasn't like, well, I drank 4 gallons of Jaeger and then I rode my bike into the fence.
No, I wasn't drinking at all. I was just going
And
too
so,
fast.
like, yeah, I don't. I think that the reason people are saying he won't come back from it is because he hasn't like tamped down the drinking. I don't watch his streams or anything, but my understanding of it is he's just kind of carrying on, business as usual. And so people are, discerning and inferring from that. This is going down a road, and it seems like
it's like he's showing off a beer belly. He's like, hey, it looks like the alcohol's getting to me a little bit, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Such a struggle.
And lots of people.
I want to put something in there.
Huge beer bellies without holes in their legs.
I wish that Ice Poseidon would play some sort of a drinking game where they hit ping pong balls into it or something like that. And if you lost, you had the girls had to lick it or something like that.
We should guess its displacement, right? You could fill it with the fluid and
ounces.
pour that fluid into a beaker of some sort.
Into a girl's mouth.
Like
I would like to
RPGs.
use the holes as like shot glasses. Like you ever see like where they'll do like a belly button shot where they'll put the shot glass in a girl's belly button and you'll like lick the salt off her belly and like you'll do the shot off of her belly button and then you'll like bite the lime out of her mouth. I want to see someone do that to Blade, except they lick the salt off of his knee. They take the shot out of his knee, out of his leg hole, and then they take the lime right out of his mouth.
He gets his wounds sanitized. They get to drink. It's a win-win.
Win for everyone.
I remember
Especially the
some friends of mine who were in a fraternity in college. They used to come. This was freshman year. They used to come back to the dorm and like bitch about what they had to do. And it was obviously all guys. They got like the older people in the fraternity, the brothers, made them all get really fucked up. And the whole time we're like, we're celebrating, boys. We're doing body shots tonight. Body shots. So it got them all tanked. And then they all had to do body shots off of each other. And so they'd have to like lick their brother's chest hair, their fellow pledge's chest hair. They didn't even have a shot glass in the belly buttons. They just filled respective belly buttons with alcohol.
Do
So
they
had, like,
have to? They put themselves in a position where they have to lick other men's bellies.
if they wanted to get away with it.
If it was a
get
woman who
the
was
team.
sexually assaulted, you wouldn't say the same thing. Stop being a sexist.
And it was the Jewish fraternity. There were a bunch of Jewish people in my dorm, and so they all went to the Jewish fraternity.
L'chaim!
And the even funnier than that was I was talking to them like in the middle of the year, and they're like, "Yeah, well," and I had friends in other frats who were like, we blew all our fucking money on that party. I guess we're just eating chicken tenders until next month's dues are in." And they're like, the Jewish fraternity guys were like, "Actually, we made some money, we reinvested it, and we're hoping to get a nice return by this time next year." I was like, guys, you can't say things like this. Like, you're making me want to make fun of you for being smart, I guess. But,
I'm gonna point out that the phrase we had to do shots out of our frat brothers' bellies. It's like, that's a very long trip to just avoid coming out of the closet. Like, forming a fraternity, hazing a bunch of people. It's like, I get it. It's hard to tell your parents, but come on.
I'll ask my wife if that's gay or okay.
There you go.
Yeah, ask her if you can
so
drink a
much
shot
of
out of
that.
Taylor's belly button.
yeah, dude, you do not want to take a shot out of my belly.
Oh, it'll be hair.
Shows what you know about me.
There is so much hair down there.
There was so much hair in Taylor's belly button.
Yeah, I mean, I bet Asterios, you're Greek. You tell
I
me
am.
you're hairy.
Oh, I bet you're a
half
wolf
Greek.
man under that shirt.
I shaved my stomach for a long time because it was real gross, and it only made the hair worse. And now it's like a fucking Brillo pad, surrounding my navel. It's disgusting.
Jesus.
Wait, but you're half Greek, half what else?
I'm half Greek, part Chinese, part Portuguese, and part West Indian.
So
and
you
then
didn't
part
get any of
something
the
else.
You didn't get any of the luck with the hairless Chinese thing. You
I got
all
the
Greek.
I got the Chinese eyes, and then everything else is Greek. It's goddamn ridiculous.
Ah, it sucks.
Yep. Yeah. I'm so hairy that bears jerk off to me. That's how hair. They're like, wow, I had no idea a man could be this hairy.
You know what's gonna be cool is when we discover the first animal that's not a monkey that's discovered beating off. With
I've seen a dog do it.
you saw a dog beat off, but with
Yeah.
they were blowing themselves probably.
No. They do this thing where they take their two paws together, get down there on the boner, and they do one of these.
That is hilarious.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. If you
for
Google
them.
it, you'll find it. You'll find a video.
I won't Google it, but that's great.
I've already Googled it.
Dogs beating off with their paws.
Yeah, it's the thing. So, all right.
Seems like the sort of thing you'd want to make, but anyway.
If we're done discussing Blade, first of all, Blade, if you do hear this, we really do wish you best. We do love you. Like I was gonna say we care about you, but we love you. We love you. You know, we've known you forever. I was watching your videos a decade ago. It seems like. And, you know,
But I also love like Dr. Pepper.
Jesus Christ.
all right, fair enough.
You go ahead with your-
I mean, Dr. Pepper's pretty fucking good. I mean, Blade would agree. It's tasty stuff.
Yeah.
23 flavors. What are you gonna do?
I can tell him how
Dr. Pepper and Blade, right there, same level of love.
Neck and neck.
Neck and neck, all right? And that says a lot because I enjoy a good Dr. Pepper, even a diet Dr. Pepper, which is literally, you know, right here, always close to my heart.
Does it also have
And-
23 flavors?
It has 23 flavors, but one of them is bullshit because there's no sugar in there. Yeah, we do wish the best for you, and we hope you get those leg holes fixed because it's we're worried about that you're going to be one-legged.
If you hear
at
this,
best.
dude, stop rolling the dice on it. Just go to a doctor.
Go to a doctor. It'd make a great vlog. Hey, look, you want a successful stream, dude? Go to the fucking doctor.
Look.
Oh my God! What an
honestly,
idea! If he live streamed
Yeah.
his, there's probably some HIPAA violation in there. But if he would
No,
have
there's a
live
doctor who would allow it, for sure.
from The Simpsons, yeah. But if,
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Last week I operated on Wings of Redemption stomach. This week, only use me Blade's legs.
Uh-oh,
I
you
use
have more
same
holes in your
knife.
leg than is normal.
Yeah, get Dr. Nick or somebody. I would tune in that stream.
what am
I'll
I saying?
donate.
I videoed my pin removal from a broken hand.
That's true. Wings did that whole video where he got that thing.
Yeah,
lensed,
dude,
you know?
that
you
would
can, you
be-
can definitely record.
That would be a great live stream. I want to see
Huge
that
live
live
stream.
stream.
Big
I
vlog.
mean,
He should
I
pimp it
can,
up.
oh,
Right?
sorry.
Like make an appointment, right? 9 days from now, I'm about to see a doctor about my leg holes. It'll get like anticipated. It might trend on Reddit. He could have 75,000 concurrent viewers to follow up on his leg hole. You don't think? It would
I
be
guarantee
huge.
you one. I can guarantee you one.
I have proof that this works. I am not kidding when I say this. I was an alcoholic and I smoked drugs forever, and I went sober in May because I had a bet on my podcast that if we could double our downloads, I would go sober for a year. And so many people subscribed to my show out of spite, and to see a guy who like loved to drink and party have to not drink and party, that it worked. And I've been sober since May, and I'm well on my way to a year. I haven't smoked weed or I haven't drank at all. So
Good for you,
seriously, knife killer guy, baby slasher, whatever your name is, like if you tell your fans that if you break a million subscribers or if you raise $10,000, you'll go sober, they'll do it. People do want to see you live and not die.
You're giving me an idea. People, if I get 1 million subs, I will also get sober.
You don't look like an alcoholic.
I've got a reverse one. If I get 1 million subs, I'll become an alcoholic.
That's also fun.
There you go.
Either that works for Bleed.
Yeah, I'll drink nothing. I'll cut out water. And just
dude,
imagine a bad. 2 days.
This is eminently monetizable. Like, people clearly don't want to see you die. Like, you could tweet pictures of your leg holes healing up. You could make it a whole thing.
Dude, his redemption, like story arc, would be fun to watch.
Yeah. All right.
If we're done, I have found. I'll go ahead and link it.
I don't know what this is, but he was telling us there's a topic he's excited about.
Oh, I was laughing about this too.
So there is a video, and perhaps we could watch that after I talk this over a bit. But it says the headline is a bucket of hot diarrhea was randomly poured on a woman by a homeless man. All right, you just hit like 5 of PKA's keystone topics here in one thing. A bucket of hot diarrhea was poured on a woman by a homeless man. All right, I believe this was in right near.
That's in the video.
We haven't had a cool guy of the week category lock in a while.
This
And
is
this
it.
guy is leading. That is hilarious.
So this was very near the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I've been there before, many times. A night near the Hollywood Walk of Fame would change a woman's life. As she was getting into her car, and a homeless man sprinting across Hollywood Boulevard toward her, Heidi Van Tessel, stupid, was parked in Hollywood after having a pleasant evening out with friends at an authentic Thai restaurant. Suddenly, a man randomly pulled her out of her car, dragged her into the middle of the street, and dumped a bucket of feces on her head. Van Tessel said, and the public records confirmed,
Good God.
quote, it was diarrhea. Hot, liquid. I was soaked. And it was coming off of my eyelashes and flowing into my eyes. Van
Anyone
Tessel
else getting a boner right now?
I'm so hard. Paramedics who came to treat me said
I've had it
that
since
there
the
was
leg holes.
Paramedics who came to treat me said that there was so much of it on me that it looked as if the man had been saving it up for at least 1 month. Van Tessel was
I question its
rushed
warmth.
to the Hollywood Presbyterian Hospital after the grotesque attack, where she was tested for infectious diseases caused by contact with feces. She'll need to be retested every 3 months for quite some time, unfortunately. She said, quote, it was all inside my car because it was so much. He just kept pouring and pouring it, and it was splattering all over me, she said. The Los Angeles Police Department told her that they'd investigate the crime, but her phone calls to the department, unanswered. It's so traumatic. The PTSD that I'm dealing with is beyond anything that I've ever felt.
Post-traumatic shit disorder.
That's right. Thank you. There needs to be some kind of help for victims of these crimes. Bum 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 bum. Law and Order.
I mean, what does she want them to make a poop patrol? Like, what does she mean? We need help for victims. We have help for victims of these crimes. It's called a towel.
The towel. Yeah. Well, then you.
The man who
towels.
attacked her, identified in court records as Jerry Blessings, was charged with battery and taken to jail. That doesn't seem severe enough. Blessings was described as a transient with schizophrenia and psychotic disorders.
You know what? Like, the most fascinating part of it to me is, was he solely responsible for filling up the shit bucket, or was he delegating some of this role to his homeless friends? But it sounds like, because he was crazy, that he really did just keep a bucket of diarrhea and fill it for a whole month.
I feel like this guy has been looking at all these fancy white folk down there on Hollywood Boulevard, coming out of their authentic Thai restaurants, bellies full, faces happy, smiles,
Shit free.
wide.
The question is, what role did the Thai restaurant play in the diarrhea? That's what I want to know.
It was authentic diarrhea.
There is no evidence we contributed to that shit.
She never claimed that there were any hard nuggets in this bucket of diarrhea. It was pure diarrhea, the good stuff. So, what was his diet?
I mean, I would say probably not ideal.
Yeah.
I mean, like, even then, when you have bad diarrhea, you don't maintain it for a month. If you have a couple diarrhea shits in a row, maybe he squatted over it to fire off some turds and some solid ones came out, and he had to kind of almost use like a kitty litter
Strainer.
to a strainer, because he's a purist. He's crazy, but he's a purist. He's not going to put turds on someone that's low class. He's a diarrhea savant.
He's a
You
high
call that
class.
a spider.
Yeah.
Scoop out the hard parts.
That poor fucking lady. Can you imagine something as terrifying as being
She's
dragged
sweet,
out of your
too.
car
The
and
next-
having shit dumped on you?
The next line we didn't read is, he doesn't need jail time. He needs mental health care. I have empathy for him because he needs help. She's not wrong, but she's too nice.
He should
Dude, if
be
this
gunned
happened
down.
to me, I would be like, for years I was against it, but I'm pro-death penalty now.
You were going there. I knew it.
They should drown that man in shit to make an example to the other hobos.
They need a judge, like from the Seinfeld, like, you have to be his butler, or whatever. That kind of thing. It's like, all right, she gets a month to fill a bucket with as much diarrhea as she can, and then she gets poured into your open eyes, held open with like Clockwork Orange stuff. Yeah.
Dude, like those Japanese pornos I like so much.
Dude, if I had any sort of authority over the way things work, this country would be in shambles.
It was double horrifying to me that he pulled her out of her car. For some reason, I thought she was like sitting on a bench or, doing those things where you're just asking for this. But
Yeah.
no, she was just driving by. The things that we do.
Yeah. And look at how she was dressed, to be fair. She's wearing brown.
I like that.
That's a white shirt, Taylor.
There's actually no picture.
No, I don't even know. Oh, that poor lady. That sucks. But also very funny bit from the shit man.
From the shit man. I'd love to get him on as a guest next week. Just all schizoed out and just shitting in his bucket while he speaks to us.
Yeah. I mean, that might be good for a couple minutes. And then he... Actually, no. No, he could kind of just join the show.
Yeah. He fit right in. He fit right in.
Yeah, I'm a little threatened. He might replace one of the hosts.
Shit bucket man for full-time host. Am I right, boys? The whole thread.
Top 5% shit bucket man.
What? The CIA told me to do it. CIA and,
Dude, he would be
and the
great, though.
Bilderberg group. Yeah.
Jeez, can you make it happen? You got the bagel, dude.
Could
Work
you
your
get-
magic.
Oh, the bagel dude had a
the bagel
stroke
dude had
this week.
He had a stroke.
Color me surprised. Get out.
Good. Fuck that little fuck. Who cares? Hope he dies.
I thought he was great for the first half hour he was on. I was loving his energy, his vibe. And then, I don't know.
I thought his stories were funny because all it took was a mention of a woman having existed somewhere. He'd be like, oh, but also fuck women and all these bitches. Now they're gonna go. What the fuck did he say that was so goddamn delusional? When he's like, when I'm out there on my yacht, guess what? None of you ladies are getting on board, and we're like, dude, you're sitting on a futon in a duplex right now, talking about your failed vacuum business. Like,
dude, he thought he was gonna get rich. He's an incel's incel, right? He's super incel, king of the incels.
First overall draft pick.
Yeah,
Team incel.
He's not ugly either. Like, I
He's
feel like
ugly on the inside.
yes, he is ugly super miserable, ugly on the inside, and I can hardly get over how like the amount of hate he has in towards women. If I was a girl, I wouldn't find him attractive at all. But if he was like sort of self-confident and I don't know, like you can be successful at his height. That's not a problem. You can be successful with women at his height.
Yeah.
But
Danny DeVito did it.
right?
Well, Rhea Perlman, are we
Millionaire
really calling Rhea Perlman a successful venture?
She has
a
things
vagina.
that men like. Money.
A beard?
Yeah, money and a pussy. You know?
That's a
Danny's
pretty
got
good
plenty of
combo,
money.
Yeah.
actually. That's an unusual combo.
How much money does Rhea have? Oh, she played a waitress on Cheers 30 years ago.
I don't know.
What's your name?
There goes the copyright claim.
We had a shot with Blade in Cheers.
We had
remember
say
that?
it again. We had a
Me and Woody took a shot with Blade in Cheers.
Oh, I was there with
yeah.
you. Yeah. But
Yeah, we'll call it.
but T Mart was outside, so we left.
oh.
Yep, that really brings back to that whole thing about how like me and Woody were the only adults in this large group of children. Just like, yes,
That was
I have
one of the few
insurance.
people
How
who
about
have
you?
been in
Yeah,
a-
I have insurance too. Really? Do you have a car? Yeah, I own it. Me too.
Wait,
Did we just become best friends? Yeah.
were you at Cheers 1 or Cheers 2?
Cheers one, I think.
The one that looks
Okay.
like Cheers from the outside.
Yeah, down in down some steps in Boston.
Cheers 1 is the one that looks like Cheers from the outside. It looks nothing like Cheers on the inside. And then
right.
Cheers 2 looks like Cheers on the inside. It looks like a mall on the outside.
Yeah.
So was Cheers
Oh.
2 the filming of Cheers? Is that where Cheers happened?
No, what happened was so many people went to Cheers 1, which is also known as the Bull and Finch, and went inside and were immediately disappointed because it's just like a tiny, old-timey, rich person restaurant that they were like, we will make a thing that looks like Cheers so you can get a drink at Cheers and get your selfie at Cheers. And that was Cheers 2.
A good business idea.
It worked for a long time.
It must be wearing out at some point. That show was from the 80s and it's practically the 20s.
I think Cheers 2 is closed now, but Cheers 1 is still open. I also think Mystic Pizza 2 is closed now, but Mystic Pizza 1 is still open.
Is that where all those high-profile people were raping kids?
That's Comet
Oh
Pizza.
my god! No,
Oh,
that was
no.
Pizza Planet from the Toy Story series.
Yeah.
No.
As
The
you-
claw
as
is what they call Jeffrey Epstein's long reach.
Yeah.
Oh.
That would be a funny.
I want to eat.
I love doing the claw.
Do the claw. Yeah.
I love doing the claw on the girls because their heads are just the right size,
Oh.
and I've got enough grip strength that I can really hurt them.
Where are you grabbing them? The back of the head?
No, right on top, like, and just fucking squeeze as hard as you can, really dig in, and you have to play it up, right? You have to be like, I'm sorry, I can't. He's in charge now.
You
And
know
then-
who? Oh, sorry.
And they're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, it's the law.
I just watched this video Kyle sent, and I really want to see it. Now, I can't play music.
Yeah, you want to mute that bitch.
Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah, you want to watch the video I just linked, but you definitely want
I
to mute it.
so much want to watch it.
Oh, no.
I wish
we
you could
have to
listen to the
mute it.
music because the music like feeds into this, but
Yeah,
you
I
don't.
heard seconds of it. It's I want to eat. But yeah. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Ready, set, play. All right, she's licking the dog's tongue. It's weird. It got weirder. She's look at the dog.
The dog's like, I've made a huge mistake.
Now it says to report animal abuse. I don't view that as animal. It's kind of weird, but I bet
don't know,
that dog likes
the,
her.
the dog's like, ah!
Yeah, but
No, dude, that dog was lipsticking that whole time.
that's I'm with you, Taylor. That
Yeah.
that's a happy dog. You just getting
Look at
into-
how he was dressed. Totally naked.
Have you ever
was
tried to hold your
asking
dog's
for it.
tongue? That's funny. I've held the dog's tongue before. That like I don't know. They just lick your hand and like hold it for a second. And I got the same.
Like, fuck,
No, not with
fuck,
like.
I'm the boss here.
That's.
I'll cut it off, you son of a bitch. Tell him that, man. Yeah. Scare the shit out of me.
My friend had a dog that was so dumb. I was a teenager. He would cover its nose, and it wouldn't think to open its mouth. It would just panic.
What an idiot.
Yeah, he showed.
I texted Taylor yesterday and I was like, hey man, my friend wants to see your dogs. Do you have you got any pictures of your dogs? Immediately it's like "Ba-ba-loop, ba-ba-loop, 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 ba-ba-loop." And I'm like, thought so. He's got like a 13-second video of his dog like trying to get over one of those baby gates, and it's like over it with its front paws. But you know, it's just slats, it's just bars, and so the dog's back legs are just kicking in the bars, and it's just like, and those little back legs are, those dogs are cute as fuck. At first I was like, oh, those homely fucking like tard puppies, but now like I'm sold. They're super duper cute. They're so
they're
fucking
adorable.
cute.
Yeah,
I
and they're
told you, you
really
should-
smart.
Tell your girlfriend you need to show your girlfriend the Reddit R rare puppers. Those dogs fit in right. Fit right.
I'm
in.
not letting her know forums like that exist.
She needs to be a Redditeur.
No, she's the perfect kind of internet level for me as a girlfriend, where she's like, if she's using the internet, it's to look up like recipes on Pinterest or fall decorating
Or cleaning
things.
tips.
Yeah, well, cleaning tips, but you know, cooking stuff. Look at this little cute fall pumpkin setup they have. Do you want to do? No. Like that kind of stuff. Like she does not follow like YouTubers really, other than like a couple like fitness gals who like do it with me kind of workout stuff. And like anytime I'm like online just browsing on Twitter, like I think she made a Twitter, not even to follow me, just to like keep tabs on my account and see, and she'll eventually like every once in a while just be like, oh, I saw that joke you tweeted, that was fun, and that's it. Like she perfect level of internet use, super low, and perfect. Like it's
Yeah.
she just fucking Snapchats people pictures of the dogs all day, and I think that is the level of internet use she should stay at.
That's a good call. Yeah, I like my wife is similar, right? She's not into the internet. She's not on Reddit. She doesn't have a Reddit account or ever go to that site, and that's probably for the best because to introduce the highs and lows that the show brings to you to her, stress she doesn't need.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no reason.
Speaking of internet, I have made this dumbass decision to interact on Facebook about politics again. And it has
don't do
brought me
that.
no joy.
Can't do that.
I'm dumb. I was a recovering addict, and then today I jumped in again. And, I don't know. Good lord.
You stared too long into the void, my friend. And now the void is staring back into you.
I
Get involved in politics stuff on Facebook.
it's...
Or on Twitter. I don't think... Like, every time I do, I'm like... I'm too dumb to be saying anything.
Is it that you're too dumb? Because I feel like the other guy's too dumb, usually. Like, you know, they're making arguments that are easy to debunk. That's it. If they say things that are factually accurate or like they have some opinion that it doesn't line up with me, that's fine. Like, I'm cool with that. It's when they say things that are patently untrue, it's like, ooh, this needs a correcting. Someone on the internet said something wrong. And that's where my frustration is. Where like the other guy usually has blinders on and just chooses his own reality, and I dumbly try to pierce it in some way, and they never say thank you for opening my eyes, Woody. I'm an emotionally wealthier person because of it. Hasn't happened
What do
yet.
you? Well, they probably know that you take checks from George Soros.
Taylor, you can't just tell everyone that.
That's
Yeah.
probably no.
I mean, the problem is, like, you can, if someone's on the internet saying, like, 2 + 2 is 5, you know, you could get, like, fuck you, who's up, Copernicus or something, get some math genius on there, like, it doesn't matter, because when you're fighting on the internet, like, it's not about facts, it's about two people frustrated at their day jobs who just like want to yell at something and are like, I can take all my questions out at you into a keyboard. It's just, the internet is us using each other like stress balls. It's awful.
It really, and then like you'll get the people, like some of the most annoying people. They'll be like, yeah, 2 + 2 = 5. Yeah, 2
Yes!
+ 2 = 5. And then you'll be like, nah, I'm pretty sure that's not right. And they're like, oh, do you have a peer-reviewed study that says that 2 + 2 doesn't equal 5?
Have you gone
Do
through
you? And
the
it's like,
data?
well, no. Why would anyone do that study?
Dude, I'm at the point, I usually link sources, like, in my counter, right? You know, like
on your Facebook?
Literally, this is how I do shit, right? Someone is like, did you know that Obama's website calls for the Trump's proposed wall? And I'm like, all right, I'll do a research project for me.
They're sitting over there like, look at him.
Right.
I can hear his keyboard from here.
No, you
People
think that,
believe
but no, they genuinely just choose their own reality where that's true, right? Where
Well, that's definitely not true.
Eventually, Woody's gonna find out that I am 5 of those boomers.
So I go and I link it and I'm like, you know, like actually I looked into this. This website was more expensive than I would think it should have been, but it's not more than a wall, right? Or, you know, this proposed wall or whatever, and they just go on and on. Then it gets personal. You know, they lean into the Woody, stick to YouTube, or why don't you leave? No one will miss you. And I'm like, where is this coming from? Like,
And just because it's true
Christ,
doesn't
Mom.
mean they should say it.
Thank you, Asteris. And yes, so I never get emotionally wealthier out of it. It never makes me feel good.
No.
They never say thanks for opening my eyes. Of course, that's not going to happen. But I'm an addict, and sometimes I get sucked into bullshit.
By the way, that chick who was making out with the dog is like crazy hot. She's some kind of Instagram model, like super duper hot.
I was into it too. That's what
Yeah,
you're saying, right?
I mean, I don't
think
care if
she
she
lets the
fucks that
dog
little
do
dog.
other
I'd be
stuff,
down.
too.
so long
She's-
as I'm three-way.
I'll just watch if she wants, like whatever, you know, however I can fit into the puzzle that is her life, you know.
What if your puzzle is the other side of the dog?
I don't fucking, well, you know,
Right? What if that dog is basically a condom?
if it's just the three of us, then okay, as
It's
long
some
as
sort
Blade's
of
not there.
fleshlight in between you and
The
her.
3.
All right, let's go. Yeah, sure.
Kyle's in. All right.
The dog can only last so long.
I
in that
admire
kind
your
of-
open-mindedness. I'm down.
Yeah.
Dogs
let
are
me-
very confused by human sex acts. They
You'd
don't
be
know what's
surprised.
going on.
Let me
I feel
slip
like
in a
they're
couple ads here.
judgmental. Can I, just one moment, please, Kyle.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Afterwards, I get this look of like, you know, I was watching. Yeah, I don't know that I entirely approve of some of those things you guys were up to. These not your dogs, no?
Oh no, they do. Like just the other night, my girlfriend was blowing me on our living room couch, and the dogs are out there, and they're like trying to like put their paws up on like my knees as I'm sitting there. And I'm like, no, this isn't a you thing. They're trying to like crawl over her.
A little bit of peanut butter, and it could be Taylor.
Yeah, and so they do have, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, they do look judgy.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They look a little judgy.
But they also, like, because like they're puppies, they're like, oh, everything else I see you put in your mouth, I want to eat, and so I'm showing a lot of interest in that penis.
Yeah, Taylor, with a little peanut butter, that interest will keep up until you're done.
Perfect. I should have mentioned it only started with my girlfriend. Finished with another. Yeah.
I can see why you got 2 dogs. It's been my fantasy to have 2 at the same time.
Well, we all want a threesome.
What would you do with $1 million? 2 fucking Lord
2
Saint
dogs at the
Brew
same
dogs
time.
or whatever.
2 dogs at the same time, man.
Oh, Kyle, thanks for the time. What were you saying? An ad read?
I was going to do a couple ad reads, and then I'll let you think about what the next topic should be while I do the ads. I'm thinking, and this is just a couple options. If you have a completely different thing, we'll go with that. I'd like to talk about maybe The Mandalorian, maybe Rick and Morty, maybe The King, that Netflix movie that you suggested last week, or I have a video of what happens when there just aren't enough chicken sandwiches over at Popeyes and things get violent.
Can we talk about both? I want to talk about Rick and Morty, and I finally tried that chicken sandwich yesterday.
It's fucking good. All right, think
Yes.
it over. Think it over. I'm gonna do this little advertisement here. Pay the bills. If you're buying sneakers online, there's a good chance that the shoe you're wearing is fake. How can you be sure that it's real? Well, Goat.com is the safest way to buy and sell authentic sneakers online. They're the largest marketplace in the world for authentic Yeezys, Jordans, and over 600,000 other sneaker listings. They've made the whole process frictionless. Trust me. They do this by only accepting sellers with the best reputation and by verifying that all of their sneakers, verifying all sneakers to ensure their authenticity for buyers. Every detail is inspected from the stitching and the color to the size and the weight. GOAT certifies that every pair of sneakers on their site matches exact factory specifications. With over 500,000 sneakers on their platform and 10 million users, you won't find better prices for verified 100% authentic sneakers anywhere else. Find the perfect 100% authentic sneaker at goat.com/PKA. That's goat.com/PKA. Plus, you'll of course be supporting our show, which we really appreciate. You know, big deal for us. It goes a long way. We love you. We love you when you do that sort of thing. So head on over to goat.com/PKA, spelled GOAT, goat.com/PKA.
All right, 2 things. One,
Yes.
I think it's actually pretty cool that they verify the sneakers. That's a big deal. Is the part of the read, or is that a...
I've told you before, I'll tell you again. Nope, that's all me.
Yeah, whatever, like
It's Kyle thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Could listening make you a better parent, a better leader, even a better person? Could listening to motivating fitness programs get you fit? Could listening inspire you to start something new? There's never been a better time to start listening on Audible. With Audible, you get access to an unbeatable selection of audiobooks, including bestsellers, motivation, mysteries, thrillers, memoirs, and more. Audible has the largest selection of audiobooks on the planet, and now, with Audible Originals, the selection has gotten even more customizable with content made just for their members. We recommend to our audience. I recommend. Here's some things that I read. I read Anthony Cumia's book, Permanently Suspended: The Rise and Fall and Rise Again of radio's most notorious shock jock. Very concise title. Very concise. I liked it. I really liked it. You got to hear what is basically his father setting him up to have sex with a grown, big-titted woman when he is like 13 or something like that. It's totally like some illegal. You can hear about like his cross-country road trip with his brother, where they have like basically his mom and his father are divorced. Anthony Cumia's father lives on the West Coast, the mother on the East Coast, I believe in New Jersey. She sends money for a plane ticket to the father, for him and his brother, plane tickets. The father keeps all the money and gives them money just enough for bus tickets and buses them home instead. And they spend what little money that he gave them on marijuana. So now
Little
they
known
have
fact,
no...
his father was a Jewish fraternity at the University of Missouri.
They literally...
spent money wisely.
They nearly starved to death on the way back home. It's a great book. Also, you know, tons of books. I obviously recommend 11/22/63, also available over on Audible, so check that out too. Audible members can choose 3 titles every month, so you can get them all these that I've recommended. 1 audiobook and 2 Audible originals you can't hear anywhere else. Audible members also get access to exclusive audio fitness programs to start that new year off with, on the right foot. You can listen on any device, anytime, anywhere, at home, at the gym, on the commute, or just on the go. You'll always enjoy easy audiobook exchanges, rollover credits, and an audiobook library that you keep forever, even if you cancel the service. Audible, the most inspiring minds, most compelling stories, the best place to listen. You can get started today with a 30-day trial when you go to audible.com/PKA. This is how all 3 of us, I believe, listen to books, when we're not fucking incarcerated. So audible.com/PKA or text PKA to 500-500. You can listen for a change. That's audible.com/PKA or text PKA to 500-500. Don't miss out on this offer. It's highly recommended. It's great. Once you get started, you're going to love it.
I legit recommend, if you use Amazon a lot, sometimes you can choose slower shipping and get free books. That's a nice little tie-in because Amazon Audible. Kyle's doing the ad read. Like, would fitness make you fit? I'm like, I don't know. Listening to sci-fi doesn't make you a scientist. I tried that. But I didn't know I liked sci-fi books. I didn't know. I thought sci-fi in book form would be stupid because so much of it to me is kind of visual, lasers and shit like that. And then I listen to sci-fi books, and it's better. It's like the TV shows are all kind of service level, or the movies, and I don't know, they're just shallow. But in the books, they dive into concepts that make you think, engineering problems that don't have simple solutions. And it turns out I like that.
And philosophical issues. It's really interesting.
Yes, philosophy.
I really do like it. I get a kick out of it.
I like that everybody's wearing glasses.
I
don't have my
glasses.
That you feel like a dumb bitch.
I was looking under the Manscaped ad on the side, and I'm like, I wonder what the other words are. So,
wait, why do you have glasses like that?
These are blue light filtering glasses.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I just think they make me look cute. Which you'd be right.
What blue light filtering glasses? What do they help me? Is that to help you sleep? Is that the idea?
No, they just keep my PC screen from hurting my eyes.
Okay.
I don't have my eye drops, and my eyes are actually getting kind of burny, as I like to say. I'm feeling the burn, and so might as well strap them on since everybody else is wearing their glasses tonight. So, what have you guys decided? Do we want to talk a little Rick and Morty, which I watched episode 1 of season 4, brand new season?
Popeyes.
All right, let me get you the Popeyes link then. Is
this the one? Didn't someone kill someone else over a chicken sandwich? Is this what that is?
I mean, it's happened before, but I don't think there's any deaths in the video that I'm about to share with you.
Oh, well, I mean, not deaths in the video. Because that was...
So we'll all queue up at 0. Woody will do a countdown, and we'll play this bad boy. You're going to want the audio. There's no music, thank God.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure it's going to be responsive when it...
Turn it down.
Yeah, make sure it's going to be responsive. I got crazy heartburn. This is like my 5th fucking Alka-Seltzer tonight.
I'm ready. You guys ready?
Ready?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, play.
So this is a fight breaks out at a Popeyes after an employee was accused of selling chicken sandwiches out the back door. A little side hustle.
Poor lady just trying to do her job.
Which one's accused of... Do we know?
I can't tell who the masked chickener is.
I think he maybe with the cap is the
guy with the hat?
Oh!
Yeah.
The guy who clearly looks guilty. Yes, it is him. Yes.
I like this guy in the foreground the most.
You're gonna love him. You're gonna love him. She's got the fry basket. She's
They're using the fry basket as a club.
I will not be quoting him.
Oh, I saw one where
beyond me. I'm flabbergasted.
I saw one. Maybe this is a different cut because I saw one where he's like, "Don't worry, y'all. We got plenty of chicken. Spicy chicken, regular chicken, chicken for all you brothers."
Wait, so
brothers probably
there was so much chit chat, not from us, but from the video. Who was fighting?
Oh, who could tell? Who could tell?
It did seem like there was some conflict.
I think I know who was fighting. I think it was employee on employee violence. Because, because, you know, they're doing their best to crank out these chicken sandwiches. There's an incredible amount of demand for them. And then you find out that, like, Jeff is taking the sandwiches that are supposed to be for the customers, selling them out the back door and pocketing the cash. He's slowing everybody down. He's making every customer pissed off. And you gotta beat him with a hot fry basket covered in hot fryer oil.
Yeah, fuck Jeff.
Yes, fuck Jeff.
Damn, Jeff.
Jeff, you are not the cool guy of the week. That's actually been transferred from the hot bucket of shit guy to the guy telling funny jokes at the register.
Ooh, the flabbergasted man.
I like that.
Saying this is
That guy's
beyond
name
me.
is not
I'm
Jeff, though.
flabbergasted.
Sure. Gerard or something like that. I have a second Popeyes fight video.
Oh boy.
This one's quick and to the point, all right? Now, I don't know what this individual, which appears to be an old woman, if I'm going to be honest, did in the Popeyes. But I'm going to tell you this. Popeyes employees do not take kindly to it.
Wait,
Was she like demanding a sandwich even when they said
We'll never know, Taylor. We'll never know.
Okay, I got this one ready.
Oh, did you?
Okay, oh, here it is. Okay, let's get this open.
All right.
Ooh, this is not
Going
the
into
one I
this,
was
I'm gonna
expecting.
guess someone gets beat up in the park.
All right,
I
I'm
will get
ready.
my bottom dollar. All right.
Ready, set, play.
So we're outside the Popeyes.
Oh, she just wanted to leave.
Oh, shit.
God damn! She got Undertaker choke slammed onto the hard concrete.
Wow, that's asphalt. Don't exaggerate.
No, yes, it's so much softer. The pillowy softness of asphalt on my spine.
Wow. I like the golly. What
Get
could
the
she
fuck up
have
outta
done
here.
that got them so angry they...
Wait, is that an old woman?
Yes, the person who has like Dr. Emmett L. Brown hair, who got like just slammed on the ground.
Are you seeing old woman in that?
Yeah,
I'm just looking. I see.
that's an old white lady.
I saw in my head like sort of dyed rocker chick. I
No,
have low
that's an old white
confidence
lady.
though. Yeah?
She shattered when she hit that asphalt.
Dude, that big fat guy who did that should be in prison.
I love that
do
when
that
he
shit.
when he shatters her on that asphalt, he does like that celebratory like go kind of like.
I found information on this. Here, I'll send it to you guys.
I particularly... Go ahead, please tell us.
Too many.
Well, I can tell you, a man faces felony aggravated assault. No shit! Following the circulation of a video showing a woman being body slammed on the ground. Yep, tens of thousands of views. Here we go. 5:30 p.m., which is an odd time for a body slamming. That's usually a 2 a.m. kind of thing.
Yeah, this is too early for this.
The man who was arrested is named Darius Rochelle Hughes. And the woman, she was 55 years
Whoa,
old.
Kyle was right.
Oh,
Six-
you can't be.
6 broken ribs, a shattered left arm, and busted confidence, and her rep is just shattered. Nobody's scared of her at the nursing home anymore. Has hired legal representation from Morgan and Morgan for the People.
She said the N-word.
Oh, that'll do
Oh,
it.
no,
That'll
you
do
can't
it.
do
That's
that.
the sort of thing that'll get your hip
No.
shattered out on the street in front of Popeyes.
Let's see.
Yeah, but you can't
Doesn't she know
bodies-
you're
you
supposed to
can't-
say brother?
Yeah, you can, well, she didn't get the memo, but you can't body slam 55-year-old women.
Let's watch the other
Well,
I
video.
know.
no, I mean,
Different
you
Taylor.
clearly can. It's
All
just
right.
you maybe shouldn't.
There's
You know,
another
I've been
video
tested.
in the Asterios link that
I see
shows the conflict, like the origination of it. She's inside yelling at people. This is probably where she drops the N-bomb. And I like her attorney. The Associated Press reports a lawyer for the woman said the woman denies using a racial slur, but my client was called an ugly, broke-down cracker.
You can't get sued for spitting facts. I mean, that's the thing.
No, but see,
My
at the
gamer
time,
tag.
She was not broken down. She wasn't broken down.
She
until
is
a few
now.
minutes later.
Are you guys ready to watch this?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, I'll watch this bitch.
Ready, set, play.
Oh, I should have turned on ad block.
Do it.
I'm seeing a commercial for delicious Popeyes chicken. Fight free.
Hold on, they're listening.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, you say, hey, you in the wrong place. Hey, you in the wrong place saying the N-word, though. Yeah, I gotta go and put her out. She gotta go. Put her out.
It's still fucking hard to hear what's going on.
The lady said, "I'm as black as you are," which is weird because then her lawyer's saying that she was called like a super white slur. So it's like, pick your line of defense here. You know what I mean?
I wish I had the last second of it, because my guess is that if she leaves from based on what we're seeing, they all just sort of mock her and let her leave. She must have said something.
You saw her leave, and then like everybody chased after her.
I hear you. My thought process, and I'm just making this up, is that she said something that got them so mad they were willing to chase her outside, because they didn't look that mad right now.
I mean, that one guy did. The guy who slammed her did, saying like, "Smack me, smack me." You know.
He's also like, I could be wrong. Is he even engaged at this point where the video cuts off?
I don't know.
If she had said,
It does seem
you
like
know
she
what, I don't
already
enjoy
said
this
it.
establishment, and walked out, right there, I feel like it ends without broken bones and ribs and such.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Really? You think she's
Yeah,
already...
I mean, if the point of contention was that she was being a racist cunt, like, she'd already said the N-word in that clip multiple times.
Did she? I didn't hear them.
Well, that was the beat. They were beeping out when she was like, "Well, you're a beep, and you're a beep. Yeah, I'm as black as you. You're a beep." And so, like, yeah. Regardless, though, you can't shatter an elderly woman on the concrete outside. You just can't. You just can't.
Yeah.
Actually,
Look,
Taylor,
if she was covered in a
clearly
bucket of hot
and it's not even
diarrhea.
that hard.
Yeah.
Like ragdolls.
Taylor, you're acting like you can't when you just saw video evidence that you can.
I mean, you think that guy shattered her. I bet Taylor could really lay a whoop.
Taylor needed a teacher in an early Missouri that taught him, you may not, but you
Slam her
can.
down. Yeah, you should not do it, but it is well within the realm of
Yeah,
possibility.
if you ask, can I slam her down? Yes, you can. May I
Oh,
slam
yes.
her down? No, you can't.
You know what? If anything, that guy should be embarrassed because I guarantee I pick that bitch up and slam her down, a lot
getting
more
back
shit
up.
gets broken.
She ain't
man.
getting back up.
Right?
She's not getting back up. If I see an old white bitch at my local Popeyes throwing around N-bombs, you better believe there's going to be a more impressive broken bones list than what you saw here.
You got to drive your own body weight into the bitch. I
gotta
know
go
these things because I watch
elbow.
UFC.
I would have done the flying elbow. I would have done a double leg stomp on the throat.
Solid moves.
I would have turned this debacle into a murder.
No way her sternum could hold up to Taylor's double leg stomp.
No way. No, I don't skip leg day, bitch. and that is it. The reason I don't is so I can shut people up who are making my sandwich line longer.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Because that Popeye sandwich, all jokes aside, is fucking delicious. I wish they were a sponsor.
Taylor actually...
Damn, that's a good
I think while you were gone, Taylor talked a lot of shit about that sandwich.
Well, Taylor don't know shit about sandwiches because that's a tasty sandwich.
Fight me in real life.
Let's go. Let's go. Outside the Popeyes.
Why?
Street rules. Street rules.
Yeah, we got two white guys calling each other the N-word, and we don't know how to react to it. Like, I think they're gonna handle the slamming in the parking lot of their own.
There's another guy watching who only says brother.
Baskets.
Yeah. No, I had one, and maybe I got a bad one. But you know that thing where you'll get like a chicken sandwich, a fried chicken sandwich, and you get bites that are just breading?
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah, that's
not what
what
you
I was
want.
experiencing.
Well, that's a damn shame because the one I got was quite tasty. Although Chick-fil-A takes the cake. It's that hate. You
No
can
doubt.
taste that fucking sweet, delicious hate in every bite of that Chick-fil-A.
Now that
fucking
transgenders
chicken.
get all that press, There's just even more hate in the Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Fuck yeah.
It's the only. Every time I order from Chick-fil-A, I do a little, just paying homage.
I
To,
think
to
North
the
Carolina
anti-Asian.
might get double hate just off the bathroom issue.
Nah, nobody talks about that anymore. That shit's stale.
We don't care.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
You're just not local, man. It's still a thing.
You know what would be good if this bathroom debacle caused more single-person bathrooms?
We all win out of
In
this.
we all win.
Hey, I like this.
I'll identify as anything for half an hour while I squeeze one out.
Half an hour is a lot.
Well, I'm talking about the most diabolical, the most notorious of shits.
If you make
I'm
a
talking
habit
about a
out of
hot
that,
di-
you'll have butthole issues, Taylor.
I'm talking about a hot Hollywood diarrhea.
Dude, I went through a
But-
phase, I guess it was like last year, the year before, where I just, instead of having dinner, would just eat like charcuterie board meats and cheeses.
Oh God.
And it
know
was
what that
like
is.
every, like it's
not good.
like sopressata, capicola, like all the Italian meats, and then a bunch of different kinds of
That
cheeses.
didn't help me at all. Superseta and Capricola.
He's eating a lot of sausage
Why did you
and
just
cheese.
say that? All right, carry on.
Lots of cheese, lots of Italian meats, which are very fatty in and of themselves. That will create a cauldron of naughtiness in your belly.
I got some
And those
prosciutto in
shits,
there.
there's no fiber in that food.
No, it's fatty. It's fatty. It's a greasy shit. It's an angry shit. There's a lot of spices in there too. A lot of natural.
There's a lot of
tasting.
splashback on the initial launch, and
Yeah.
then you don't
Yeah.
want it.
You'll
But you
wipe
want it
and
'cause it tastes so good.
you'll wipe and like this part of your hand will like brush like the outside of your ass cheek, which you know is a clean area, and you'll come out and you're just like, oh God.
I thought
and then
that
you try
was a
to lean
safe
over.
zone.
Oh,
Have you ever like had an especially messy shit, and you go to like you wipe your ass, you know, and
Yeah.
and the toilet paper's coming back clean, you're good, and then you're like, I'll do a pass by on the outer ass, and you see a tremendous amount of shit water, and you're just like, oh.
You turn the whole toilet
I
paper.
thought it was fun.
The whole toilet paper looks like it's been soaked in lemonade. It's like what? There
Yeah.
was that much poo water out on the perimeter.
It's a
How does
bidet
this happen?
day.
Have you ever taken a shit so hard? I've done this before.
That you were ejected forward off the toilet.
No, that you take the shit and then like you stand up after the shit's done and there's like a drop of shit water on the back of the seat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, from where you fired that fucker in so fast and so hard that it caused a and it.
It's like a shotgun.
Yeah,
It's like a shotgun that you fired down an alleyway, and it's just ricocheting everywhere. Just pellets are bouncing off the walls, off the floor, off a fucking
there was a
dumpster.
time I was preparing for a party at my old apartment when I lived in the city, and I was having a bunch of people over, and I'd taken some hard charcuterie board meat shits and cheese shits, and I was like cleaned off the top of the toilet seat, and I'm like, well, guys are gonna be in here too, obviously, like lifting it up to pee, and I lift it up, and the bottom of my toilet seat looks like a fucking Jackson Pollock painting of just shit, and it's like, oh, thank God I did this. We give it Clorox wipes and clean it off.
So my son will like power rip farts when he's playing the computer next to me, and he knows I don't like it, which just makes it that much funnier to him.
That's so awesome.
Like one time he did it, and he's just ripping it, right? Obviously, like not a mistake. He's just turning a 2 into a 10, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, that one kind of hurt." It's like, "Ah, fuck you." Serves you right for trying to punish me with your gas.
That's what you get, bitch. You can't be forcing those out.
So yeah.
So-
Has anybody had a truly horrific shit recently? I've been having good fortune eating lots of fiber
Yeah.
with my shits. I don't have
No,
any good recently.
So I discovered this new spice that I've been putting in my food. It's called Slap Yo Mama Hot Sauce.
I bought
that.
some of that.
I've got that in my kitchen right now. Yeah, it's great.
It's good stuff, and there's different versions of it, and I got the hot. And you get some hot Cajun Slap Yo Mama, and I've been putting it in everything. I fried a turkey the other night, and I used the injecting syringe, and I basically melted butter, and I took butter and Slap Yo Mama and mixed them together and created this death sauce, and I injected the turkey with it until it was just every square inch of that turkey was full of it. And then I rubbed it on the skin on the outside, and I marinated it it before all of that in it. Not marinate, but brine it. I brined it in Slap Yo Mama. I injected it in Slap Yo Mama, and then I rubbed it in Slap Yo Mama, and then I fried that son of a bitch. And I had the most painful shit ever. It was like I was shitting fire. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Was it solid? Like, give us a consistency.
No, oh no. Like it was like soft serve ice cream, but it felt like it was 1,000 degrees.
Yeah. Have you ever like wiped a shit and it feels like you're trying to like wipe melted wax off of your asshole?
Yeah, of course.
Very
Yeah,
sticky.
like you're spreading a brown market down there.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and I have gotten into something that she brought back from Indonesia, which is, yes, exactly, which is shitting like an eagle on the toilet. What you do is you lift up the toilet lid and you kind of support yourself like on the sink, and you put your feet on the rim of the toilet and you squat down, and more shit comes out of you than you knew was in your body. You know how like Doctor Who's TARDIS is bigger on the inside than the outside? It's like 1.5 times you will shit out into the toilet. It's the ultimate squatty potty. I suggest you all try shitting like an eagle.
Do you balance? Like you're working core muscles, it sounds like.
Yes, it's a nice deep squat, and you have to, like, I brace one arm on the wall and the other arm on the sink, because the sink's right next to the toilet. If you do that, it will be a long, uninterrupted opus.
It sounds pretty great.
Tell me with the beginning. Are you using a squatty potty? Did I miss that?
No.
It's the ultimate squat. You're
standing
make
on
the earth come to you. Like, forget about like raising your legs. Lower your butt is what you got to do. It's the ultimate squatty potty.
So, is there a potty at all? Are you standing on the toilet seat?
Yes.
No, standing on the toilet rim.
You have to lift the toilet seat, because if you stand on that toilet, on that plastic toilet seat, that thing's gonna break.
Quite the balancing
I found out the hard way. Like, you're gonna have to stand on the rim.
So you stand on the porcelain, barefoot, I assume.
Yes. And then you squat down.
No.
Yes.
I've got my shitting boots.
I wear the 5-toed running shoes to grab onto the rim.
Yeah, of course. I need traction. All right.
I know I'll never do it, but a funny thought I have all the time is like going into a neighbor's yard that has dogs at like 2 a.m. and taking a big people shit. And then the next day they have to be like, how do you... Did he did he get into Chipotle somehow? Like,
God damn,
there's
Conan
red pepper
took
pieces
him.
in here.
Woo! Who gave him corn?
They have to take their dog to the vet. And it's like, we know that Tojo is only 9 pounds, but he took a 6-pound shit.
A small black hole. I have another video. All right, and I think Taylor is especially going to enjoy this one. I thought Woody might enjoy it because he's a lot of aeronautics. I think you have to. I think you might, but I'm queued at 0 on this. And basically, this guy is flying his plane, and his engine goes out, and he's recording a message to his family.
Are we ready?
Things go poorly. Yeah.
Ready.
3, 2, 1, play.
I want, if anybody has this, I want everybody to know. I do want to say to my wife and kids, Jeffrey
Oh, this is getting a retweet.
I just want everybody to know, my wife and kids, Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself.
I like the Jeffrey Epstein story. This is why. There's a range of conspiracy, right? On one side, you've got like flat Earth, hundreds of thousands of people, every space agency across the world. We're all involved in a grand conspiracy to make you think the Earth is round when it's truly.
Why are all the other planets round?
Yeah, well, you know, this is the only one that looks flat. Okay, so you got one side of people who believe like that level of conspiracy. if you don't believe the Epstein, then what's wrong with you? Like, you don't believe anything. He had broken bones. He had nothing to hang himself from. He had at this point, I feel like you're the sucker. If you're not suspicious of the Epstein situation.
Absolutely. It's like, oh, you think this guy that was under suicide watch and had married the most powerful person on earth, all these billionaires, you think that they would kill him? And it's
You
like,
want to know what they said in prison? I was yeah, for serious. I was in federal prison.
Oh, I know.
And I happened to be down, as they say, during this Epstein suicide, and so I was watching it with the other prisoners, and as it was announced on like CNN, Fox News, and all that thing, and the black guy next to me looks at. And by the way, we don't say the N-word here; we say brother. And the guy next to me, he says, "They killed that brother."
yeah,
they killed that brother. He was like, "I've been locked down like that. They had me." I tried to piss in the corner, and they couldn't see me good. They come down there in like 30 seconds. You can't kill yourself, man. They won't let you. Won't let you. I'd have killed myself if I could. That's why they's watching.
It's not some funny meme. Epstein brand toilet paper. It never tears. like he hung himself in his toilet paper.
Oh god.
Oh wait, is that what they tell us, that he hung himself?
No, they say he did with his clothes, but all clothes and suicide prevention have, like, if it's more than like 5 pounds of pressure, so it tears.
Yeah, it's made of that same stuff that wrestlers wear before they come out in the WWE. Yeah. Macho Man's been talking a lot of trash.
Yeah.
If you believe Epstein killed himself, you're a fool.
All the little Hulksters know that Epstein was taken out by the Clintons.
No, it goes so much bigger than the Clintons and the Trumps. Like, I feel like that's the thing where they try and divide people, where it's like, oh, it's the Clintons that did it. Oh, it's the Trumps that did it. It's like, no, bitch, that goes way bigger than that.
Did you see that meme with Hillary Clinton? She's like calling the suicide prevention, the suicide hotline. She's like, I'd like to play Snowden.
That's a good one.
My Facebook's feed is exclusively Clinton links, right?
Yeah. Did you see her laughing about it on the fucking with that show on the Daily Show with Trevor Noah?
Yeah,
I heard about it.
Trevor Noah asked her about it. He's like, so how did you kill Epstein? And she's like, ha 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 ha, that cackly evil laugh. She knew that motherfucker.
Wait, just real quick. What would you have preferred she had done?